Shut up and sit down.
Hello, gang. Colin here. Festa 67's workshop, along with... Hold up a minute. Who's that next to me, Dad?
Hello. I'm back. Yes.
Yeah, we've managed to bow, beat, and steal Fox for a little bit. So,
yes. Thank Flock.
Fox, lovely to have you back on board, mate. But don't forget, if you need to jump out at any time, you do so, mate. All right?
I have a special device. If you hear this special device bleeping, I have to go very quickly.
Yeah, not a problem, mate. And obviously, we've
signal.
got Mike from Scaly Models. So, yeah, it's Friday Frolic time, mate. And yeah.
It is good to be back, people. I have missed this bullshit. I mean, nonsense.
Absolutely,
but
mate.
Can I just say, big pink straw.
Oh, I know. Are you going to hold it up to the camera so that I can go through the old?
You can look down my look down my big pink straw. Look.
Yeah. Oh dear, it's like going into the time tunnel, isn't it? Lynn's in saying hello to Colin and Fox and Dad with big hugs, love kisses, and all of that lot. Graham Robert says, what's that? I've left the hangout. Don't ask why. We'll still follow you, mate. Yeah, he's having a bit of a bad time of it at the moment. Graham, give it a few days, mate. Bung me a message and we'll have a yatter, mate, just like normal. Just don't let the people next door get under your skin, geese.
Yeah.
That's
just takes time out.
Really.
Come back to it.
Absolutely, mate. We know you've got your demons, mate, and you know where I am. You can chat anytime, buddy. You Gordon, aka Hugo, with an H. Early worm gets the bird. Good evening, one and all, and beware of long glanking.
There's a worm at the bottom of the garden, and his name is Wiggly Woo. I don't know where that just came from. Sorry.
Okay.
My niece used to sing that when she was little, and it kind of became the world's worst earworm.
That padded room that you said was in the hallway. Do you need to go and sit in there for a little bit? Bless you. I've missed your madness. Lynn Dipple says hi to Hugh. Richard Pezzles in says hello, Colin and Dad and everyone else.
I am everyone else. Hello.
Absolutely, that's me just setting up. Oh yeah, there's a thing now because I do the subscribers only chat. To join the live shows chat, just subscribe to the channel. It's totally free, people. It's just a new thing that YouTube have brought in, and dare I say, it's a good way of keeping trolls at bay.
Yes.
If
you want to join,
dudes can come in chat. Just subscribe.
Yep. If you want to join this live chat, please do subscribe to Cole's channel. Like he says, it costs you nothing, and you get to hang out with the cool kids, and you can take the mickey out of us.
Absolutely, it's just another little barrier that YouTube have put in, and actually, I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a very good idea. I started to do it a little bit on my live streams, but not for every live stream, but for some. Just to give my channel members. Well, you can limit it to members as well as.
You can do members only chats and things like that. But
that's only for special events. That one, really.
Yeah, subscriptions cost nothing, people. It's free, and you can type in the chat once you're subscribed. And
there's no other way.
To have you.
There's no other way to mock us, because if you try and mock us in a normal comment, we'll just delete it, and you won't get anywhere. So
absolutely, we go
blank removed. So
absolutely,
I'm some crap off my lens.
Hugh Gordon says evening, Lynn. He says evening, Richard, Graham, and everyone he's missed. There you go. Hello. Scaly Models is in evening, one and all.
I hope he was using his finger words while he wasn't on the telephone.
He was, it was well before time.
Good, that's all right then.
Don't be picking on me.
Bless you.
Psycho's job. Is that Psycho whizzing around in the background there?
It is, mate.
Is he kind of a pale colour now?
No, I've done a water change and everything today and tarted it all up in there. So
cool, that's looking clear, Dad. Bloody hell.
There's some big fish. Which one's Psycho? I don't know which one he is.
Psycho's a little silvered-looking one. But
the one at the bottom near that bit there in the middle.
That's him. That's him.
Little shit house.
Causing trouble.
Oh yeah, just see your bristle nose scooting around in the corner there. Hugh Gordon's got some news today. Got some news about a good friend who lived up the road, sadly passed away 5 months ago. That's how strange this year's been. We've lost quite a lot of people this year. It's a shame. It's knocking us all for six.
Yeah.
Richard says his condolences as.
Yeah.
William Rayborn's in, saying hello to Colin, Dad. Hello, he says. Hello, mate.
Hello, William.
Hello, dude.
Richard's saying hello to William. Lynn says Colin and Dad hugs. So everyone's saying hello to William. Nigel's in, says evening, everyone. Hello, Nigel.
What is that?
Nigel's in.
You do realise that there might be people watching this that have got no idea who I am because I've not been on the show for the last 8 weeks and they haven't watched it.
Yeah, I know, yes.
You might have to explain who they are.
The clue's in Fox Model Making Guru. He's that bloke with the beard and the hat that's normally on e-models with us.
There could be people watching that have no idea, it's like, why is it Festa and Fox? Who's this Fox guy? What? Yes,
modelmakingguru.com, Model Making Guru on YouTube.
Don't tell them there's a website. I never update it. I always forget.
Oh, what you like. Gordon says, thanks, Richard. Blew me out today, that. Fellow drummers, we were still got half his old kit in the house here. Oh, bless you, mate.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, dude.
Yeah, it's not good. Jamie Bones in, says, hi, everyone. Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Jamie.
Hope you're all right, mate. Everyone's saying hello to Jamie, who's got a question. Has anyone done the Airfix Club, and what are the benefits from just getting individual Airfix kits? I did it as a kid, mate. Used to get points, didn't you? Used to get your kits slightly cheaper, but not a massive amount.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's Airfix kits, isn't it? So.
Yeah. Did we used to get a badge as well?
Yeah. Yes, you used to get the little.
I'm sure there was. Yeah, the Airfix badge.
My badge it's a pin badge nowadays. In this.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure on the thumbnail, my little cartoon character is actually wearing an Airfix Modelers Club badge. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember for sure.
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah. I like doing little things like that.
Yeah, Jamie Bones says I had to Lynn. Everyone's saying hello to each other there. Who else is in there? Johnny's in, says evening peeps. Hello, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Highland Boy's in, says evening, everyone. Hello, Highland Boy. Hope you're doing all right with an H.
Hello, mate.
Edward Leonard says, hi, Colin, Fox, Dad, and chat. Squish hugs.
Hang on, there's no H in all right. Well, yes, there is an H in all right. I'll shut up. You said, I hope you're doing all right with an H.
All right. Island Boy, that was.
Oh, okay.
With H. Edward Leonard is giving squish hugs.
Squishy hugs. Where is Squishy? I've got Squishy.
It says, yay, the big pink straw's back.
Yep. I've got my other prop that I forgot. Let me just get my other prop.
Johnny says he came home early today sick. The shop was 116 degrees by 2 p.m.
Good God.
Bloody hell.
In case it's needed, I have my tiny violin, just in case it's needed.
Oh, good man. Donald McKenzie says, evening, everyone.
Hi, Donald.
Hi, Donald.
He says, Jamie Bones says, do you know a bloke called Hugh Janus? No, I know a bloke called Hugh Jarris.
I know a guy called IP Freely.
Yeah, and a lady across the road called Jenny Taylor. Edward Leonard says, I had the Lynn Dipple, big squish hugs. Yeah.
Squishy hugs.
Yeah, got to do the squishy hand. You haven't done the squishy hand.
Oh, hang on. That's not very good. Let me do a better one. Hang on. I've got to get the speed right, haven't you? You've got to get that pause.
There you go. That's more like it.
He's back.
He's back. See, you was out of practice. God, no, it comes up an image on the retina when you said starfish.
Starfish. Sorry, brittle star.
Oh, God. Lynn Dipple says, I had Donald Hugs. Gav's stroke Nev saying, with Fox back, it'll give Dad chance to cheat on his area and his lifeboat, although he'll still be behind Colin. It's not my fault I'll build quick.
Not my fault I build slow.
No.
It's not my fault anything, basically.
Bill Lewis says, I had to Lynn. Hugh Gordon says, Dad, do you have silvering in that tank?
Silvering?
Yeah. SILVRIG. Silverig in that tank? No idea.
No, the
Bill Lewis says we're
a
bad influence. He's supposed to be going to bed. No, you don't want to go to bed, mate.
No,
Stay
you're
up
not.
Listen to Aaron Ain drivel.
You're not going to bed, and also you're not going to bed.
Frankie Goes to Wobblewood says, good evening, everyone. He had a late shift today. Now I'm sitting here and can't sleep. We'll keep you company then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time to get insomnia, like when us three nutters are on.
Absolutely. Hugh Gordon says, going to make some noise. Song remains the same. Good man.
Good man.
Yeah, or beat out the Immigrants song on your drum kit, mate. Dan Kramer says, Fox, it's good to hear your mellifluous tones again.
What was that with train wreck?
That was good, wasn't it? You missed that, didn't you?
Do you mean mellifluous?
That's the word.
I can't get near to the microphone to do a moist, unfortunately, but
that's what I said, wasn't it?
I think what you said was Mephistopheles.
Moist.
I could get near the microphone, but I'd have to go past the camera.
Hugh Gordon says, Hugs to Mama. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Champers Hot Wheels and Diecast. Hola. What's happening, everyone? Hello, Sam.
Hello, dude.
Hello,
buddy. Geese out.
Oh, mate, he is. You know how much you love Craftsman.
Oh yeah, Craftsman.
You got to watch this guy, mate. He's Craftsman on acid, mate. The guy's a legend, mate.
I think I subscribed to his channel last week when I talked to him in the chat. If I haven't,
mate,
I will go and do
live
it.
streams are proper rib ticklers, mate. He's so enthusiastic about these Hot Wheels, but the guy's just got this persona on the live stream that's brilliant. We're like, we have a watch party and we're like, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I think it was on Sunday. I think I subscribed. If I didn't, or if it kicked, like YouTube's doing the unsubscribing people, then
it's a nightmare at the moment.
One of the reasons for that is because it's against the terms and conditions to ask for subscriptions.
Even if people say put your link in there, chat.
No, sorry, let me get that right. It's against the terms of use to offer subscriptions for subscriptions.
Yeah.
So if they see you subscribe to someone's channel and they subscribe to you, they can undo it. I meant to say this the other day when you were saying about like doing subs and then if they think it's subs for subs, that's not actually allowed. You're not allowed to do that, and they just cancel it out.
It's just something we do in the community, though, isn't it? We just
but it's
you have to sub to you, mate.
It's because people just build up massive sub lists doing it. Like they're just fake subs, right. So they clamp down on subs. If you sub to me and I'll sub to you, it's like you're not supposed to actually do that. So if you do that kind of thing, it's more a case of you sub to someone and then a couple of days later they sub to you, then that's fine. But it's when it's within a few minutes, it's the sub.
That's what we was on about, doing it, leaving it 72 hours or something. Like that.
I meant to say that the other day, but it's hard to put all that in chat. So
Tampa done that to me because we subbed each other backwards and forwards in that same stream.
Yeah.
When they dissed it, so a couple of days later he resubbed.
Yeah, in a couple of days, Tampa. Do you want to check my channel?
it was basically
we lost them all, didn't we, that night?
Yeah, it was basically because you used to went through. Well, there was this period where you get these channels where they had no content, but they were just constantly doing subs for subs, and it was just spam channels, and it was just absolutely garbage.
Yeah.
So they cracked down on that. I meant to say, but like I say, it's hard to put all that in chat.
Yeah, he says, smash the like button. Good man. Lynn's giving out Tampa hugs.
Yeah.
You Gordon says Jamie's pattern's bad. Jeff's in, Candygram for Mongo.
Candygram for Mongo. Candygram for Mongo.
Hi, Jeff.
Mongo is porn in Game of Life.
Dan Kramer says that's exactly what I hoped to hear. There you go.
Wait, what? Dad burping? What?
Don't know. Muse sneaks in and hugs Cole and Fox. Virtual hugs. Hello,
Wait, doesn't she hug Dad as well?
No, she doesn't. Again.
Oh, Lamekins. Now, come on.
I'm getting fed out of this.
Do you want to hug it out? You do,
bottle of Lucozade. How big's that?
Hey?
You know what you need for that bottle of Lucozade, Dad? You need a big pink straw.
Oh, bless him. Sounds like he wants to have a wibble, doesn't it?
Is it Wednesday?
No.
Oh, no. You Gordon's saying that's the one. Obby Barnes in with an H. Hello, guys. Hello, Obby Barnes. How you doing, geez? Hope you're all right, mate.
From hospital, Terry.
Yeah, it is actually, mate. I hope you're feeling a bit better, mate, or as well as can be, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what's really bad? Do you know what's really bad? Is that you guys are brilliant at remembering people's actual names, whereas I suck balls. So I only know people by their YouTube handles.
I know.
Whenever I'm watching,
you're useless.
Whenever I'm watching your streams, you're like, and here's Bob, and there's Carl, and there's Peter, and there's John. And I'm like, who the hell are you talking about? I don't see these people.
Well, except for Nev at Scale Modelling Chaos, we give him a new name every month because we've made a decision that we call him every other name other than his own.
Okay.
Because he used to mock me for forgetting his name, so he changed his name every month.
But no, I'm rubbish. I just have a brain blind spot for names. So if I meet you in real life, I'll recognise you. I won't know what the fuck your name is. I won't remember that at all. I'll be like, I don't know who you are. I can't remember your name.
You got another one coming up in a minute when Colin gets down there.
Pardon? Start again. I beg your pardon.
I'll be barn. Yeah, no, I'll be barn.
Family friendly. Well, maybe.
Champa's wife saying hi to Terry.
That's Rhonda.
That's Rhonda. That is.
Phil Lewis says that's why I kept my name Simple Fox.
Absolutely, mate. Johnny says hello to Muse. Tampa's saying, my apologies, bro. My phone keeps dying, but I can hear you on the wifey's phone. No worries, mate. Could you understand a word I'm on about? That's the clue, mate. That's the kicker.
Yeah.
Jamie's got to go. He says to get some kit. He's been fighting his demons because of work. Yeah, mate, the demons. I know, mate. If you need out, Jamie, just ping me a PM, mate, and we'll have a yatter.
Yep.
Dan Kramer says it's Colin's sublime pronunciation of Maleficus. There you go. Got it right this time.
Carl. Pronunciation.
What? Yeah, that's the word.
The irony of mispronouncing pronunciation is quite ironic.
I didn't, did I? Pronunciation. Pronunciation.
Like a religious lady.
Grammar police pronunciation. There you go.
No, it's not grammar. This is pronunciation.
Pronunciation, yeah.
No, not pronunciation. Not your nan.
Lynn says I tamper rugs.
Pronunciation. That's different altogether.
Yeah, pronunciation.
No. Oh.
Stay out the hospital, Terry, says Johnny. Yeah. Obby Bond says I Frankie. Tampa's Hot Wheels, much love for the shout out. Not a problem, mate. Not a problem. Mate, love what you're doing live. It's brilliant, mate. It's like me sitting there binging on Red Bull, mate. I've got to have me fix of Tampa every day.
Yes, I must check this out, as I do adore the Craftsman so much. Anybody with that kind of style or anything like that, I'll
who lives in the middle of nowhere, mate. He's a spot on a domino, mate. There's fuck all anywhere near him, mate. It's brilliant. You know what I mean?
A breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air.
No, even the vultures go around with a set of binoculars to save them flying to see where the dead food is because it's so far away, mate. Martin Cannon says, hello all, glad you're back, Fox. Hope mum's all right. Say hi to Dad and Festa. Happy days.
Thanks very much.
Champa's giving the love to Terry. They're all telling me off for how I speak in the chat. Kev Mortimer says, do you ride a bike? You have that bike vibe about it. I used to, mate, but I got MS, mate, and this degenerative disc disease.
I shouldn't really laugh when you're talking about that, but
so I had to stop riding because I could no longer feel the bike under me tailbone, mate. You know, and when you're cornering and that, you know, you want to feel the bike under you. So I was advised to stop riding, mate, because I was a danger to me and other road users. And I also stopped driving at the same time because me feet and me hand reaction times started to go. So I miss it, but it happens, doesn't it? Could be worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did love me bikes. I miss it. Don't get me wrong. Me mate took me for a bike ride about 3.5-4 months back, and he strapped me around the waist with a ratchet strap to him and gunned me down the Alton Road, you know, but for old time's sake. But yeah,
you know, it's a serious condition when Colin can't pronounce it.
Yeah, that's the word. But you said pronounce just then. Pronunciation.
No, pronunciation.
Yeah, but you just said pronounce.
No, you say pronounce, but it's pronunciation.
Yeah, pronunciation.
No, it's pronunciation. Why I oughta?
Yeah. Fall asleep, Dad. Fall asleep.
Why I oughta?
Dan says I'm the same.
Why did I come back? I can't remember.
I don't know. I think you've needed this, though.
Oh, yeah.
Dan says I'm the same. He has terrible time with names. There you go. Get a load of post-it notes, mate. Works for me.
No, I don't.
Phil Lewis has appeared to have lost the ability to spell. Yeah, I'm like that with forming words, mate. See what I did there?
Yes. I appreciate the
best
effort.
of luck, Jamie. Yeah, see, pronunciation. Obby Bine says, Obby Barn even. Bine. Hi, Ross.
It's just reading, Carl, you know.
What's that? Fun fact. Rhonda's favourite movie even is Spaceballs. Tell her may the Schwartz be with you.
Yeah. May the Schwartz be with you.
Go to ludicrous speed.
Yeah. Yeah. My favourite film, Shawshank Redemption.
What's my favourite film? My favourite film is The Wrath of Khan.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I don't
used
know.
to love her music. She used to make great records.
I don't know. It's what? No, not Shaka Khan.
Took him long enough.
I'm torn between The Wrath of Khan and Blade Runner. Probably
Wrath of Khan was the best Star Trek film ever made.
And also the best Star Trek soundtrack ever done.
Yeah.
Okay.
James is saying, evening, Colin, Dad and Fox and chat, and welcome back to Streaming Fox. We've all missed you.
Thank you very much.
Do we want to say what's going on Sunday or
you can do.
Yeah, because obviously Fox isn't back full time yet. This is a late night because Mum's in bed. So, bless him, I may be hijacking his Sunday stream to give his channel a bit of content for the next few weeks just to help him out, because we're all conscious that his channel is his stats have nosedived, and we had a chat the other day, and I've kindly said to him, look, you know, I'll do your show on a Sunday for you till you're back. Well, well, joining us.
The thing is, ultimately, at the end of the day, the Warhammer Sunday stream, it was me.
Yeah.
But then when we started doing me and Cole, it's basically me and Cole are partners doing the Sunday stream. So it doesn't matter if it's just me or just Colin or both of us. It's equal partnership. So I obviously my head wasn't in the right. The first thing I should have done is said, I can't do the Sunday stream. You okay? Just carry on doing it. But of course, my head wasn't in the right place, because I don't see it as I was gonna say, I don't see you as a guest on my stream. I see it as our stream. So it makes sense. So big thank you.
I was too British to say, do you want me to do it? And you was too British to ask me to. And we both had this gunfight at the OK Corral thing, wasn't it? And it's like,
it was like, shall I just do the Sunday stream? Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
So
it's like,
yes. So I don't. I mean, I'm gonna. The reality of the situation is that yes, Mama Fox is still recovering, and it's a slow process. So it's taking time, and I still don't have a lot of free time. But right now on this evening stream, of course, she's gone to bed, so I've got time. So I'm not back permanently. So there's still a lot of things I've not had a chance to do any filming yet. So
absolutely, it's just to give your channel a kick and keep your figures going and your view hours up, mate, isn't it?
But
how many people are going to be gutted when they see the link go up and then see my mug on screen? They're going to be devastated.
Well, no, it's always 2 hours anyway. But the beauty of it is, of course, in the coming week, because I don't know how long I'm going to be unable to do live stream. Live streams are just not option at the minute. But the beauty of it is, you know, it's not just something that Cole's going to do on my channel. He can do some of them on his channel and get himself some viewing figures as well. So I'm leaving it completely to Colin to do whatever he wants on the show, because like I said, we're equal partners. It's a half and half thing.
I can just stream it to both channels. Don't bother me, because it's destinations. It's not an issue.
Well, that causes issues with YouTube and content issues, but but you know, it could be song and dance specials. I don't know. I'm leaving it to Colin to do exactly what he wants.
Yeah. Oh dear, what have you done?
It won't be 3 hours of Uncle Weavy. I can promise you that. That did not go down well.
I'm going to be doing some. Yeah, well, one of your better ideas. That was it. Eh? I went down like a proverbial lead balloon, mate, didn't it?
I know. I just wanted to do a quick test to make sure I still remembered how to work everything. I thought I'll just play some Uncle Weavy through it, and of course it was just like, yeah, that was a bad move. I thought people might see it as quirky and amusing just as a test, but it was like, no, they were all like, please don't ever do this again.
Yeah, it's like people sort of threw the grand piano at you, didn't they? It's like
I was surrounded by anvils. It was like, so I don't think we'll be doing Uncle Weavy again.
You was like Wile E. Coyote running off the edge of the cliff and then going.
But the funny thing was, bless him, Cy Reynolds actually knew what Uncle Weavy was. He went, "Oh, it's Uncle Weavy."
Didn't have a clue, mate.
No, it's an old.
The nearest thing I remember to that was a thing called Max Headroom. Do you remember him?
Oh yeah.
Back in the day, back in the 80s, you know, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, okay.
Blip Verts and Channel 21. There you go. I remember Max Headroom.
Yeah.
Did you watch? Yeah, but did you watch the Channel 4 series though? The drama.
Nah.
Oh, because Max Headroom appeared on MTV, but then they actually made a whole like drama series.
Yeah, I remember him on MTV, but yeah.
Yeah, there was a whole like origin story.
Yeah.
And you have to go and find it because it's great.
Then you'll
know what Blip Verts are.
Oh. Dan Kramer says he adores me. Don't ever change. Of course I won't, mate.
Edward Lennon says, Uncle Weavy's a dick. For those that don't know, in the early 2000s, there was a point-and-click basic programming package called Dark Basic, so you could write your own games.
Yeah.
Theoretically, it was a point-and-click kind of way of writing BASIC, and it came with some demos, and one of them was this thing called Uncle Weavy, which is a demo by an artist called Steve Tiffany.
Uncle Weavy?
No, there's an artist called Steve Tiffany who made him, and that was 20 years ago. I actually mailed Steve Tiffany and said, can I do some live streams with Uncle Weavy? He's like, yeah, cool.
So, mate, as long as he's happy.
And then when I did it, everybody hated it, so I'll never do it again.
Dear.
Claire's in. Welcome, Claire.
Claire's in. Hello, Claire. You all right, darling?
I'm sweating cobs.
Are you? Oh,
I am. I'm really warm. I feel we should point out to our viewers, not that they need to know, but some of us are in a state of semi-undress. Just in the interests of transparency, but not too much transparency.
Yeah. Hello, Claire. You're right, darling. She's saying hello to Mike. Johnny's going hi to Claire. Missed you on the ISM stream. Have I missed anyone out? Dan Kramer saying Sunday will be Colin's Warhammer Song and Dance Cabaret is one of the best ideas ever.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I sing like two skinheads kicking an accordion, mate. It ain't good. I used to always be Wild Side of Life on karaoke. Do you remember? And you'll go, Wild Life.
Dad, are you joining Colin on Sunday?
I won't be this Sunday because I'm out.
Yeah, he's out and about this Sunday.
Ooh.
My grandson got his GCSE results, so Helen's cooking Sunday roast.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. They just had to put up with. Yeah, what possibly could go wrong, mate?
My screen seems dark. I'm going to boot
Dan says he thinks the proper term Fox is sheer for semi-transparent. There you go.
Okay.
Did I pronunciation that right?
Dear Lord, just gouge my ears out now.
I'm going to switch camera whilst Fox gets his bottom lip out.
It's for the best.
Are you having a wibble?
I'm not having a wibble. I'm slightly mocking. That's different. Mocking and wibbling are two different things. I've got an itch and I need my back scratcher to get to
Foxy, Fox. Look.
What? That's a Castellan robot.
That is, yeah.
Do you know what Castellan robots are? I bet you don't.
Nah, they're plastic and they come with a base.
There you go. Done.
Thank you.
Oh, I've got an itch. It's a shoulder blade itch.
Oh, door frame. Get the door frame.
No, I've got my back scratcher. Telescopical and everything.
Lynn Dipple said, I've got a very serious look on your face, or is that a frat trying to come out? Yeah, it probably was, Lynn.
Dad likes to do a nice big frat every now and then.
You can't beat a good frat.
Yeah. Now Johnny says to you, Dad, that Castellan robot is the wrong colour. However,
it isn't.
In Dad's defence, Castellan robots are operated by the Adeptus Mechanicus from Mars, and their colour is red.
It is correct.
Well, they can be other colours.
They can be, but
look at that Valkyrie! Oh,
I know it's getting there, isn't it?
Look at that sexiness.
Are you able to control your urges, Fox?
Well, I'm not wearing any pants, so be careful.
Yeah.
I should point out that to explain earlier on, me and Colin are sat here in underwear because it's hot and hot.
Yeah, it's hot and sticky. Yeah, I'll leave it there.
Yeah, the temperature's high, I know.
But yeah, that's how far it's got. Because it's been a while since I've seen you, mate, isn't it? So I've been teasing him with the odd picture of mangler squiggage and things like that. But yeah, I've added a little bit to it.
A little bit.
Yeah, got a bit of mangler squig going on. Some dudes around the base.
Who's
some geezer there?
Back? What's the guy at the back?
Got no idea what he is, mate. He got sent to me. There he is. Oh no! What else? If you put it on camera, you pillock, wouldn't it? Get your hand out of the way. One of them.
I can't tell. It's out of focus. I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a dude in a suit with a big gun.
That's all you need to know.
Did he come with the... I have some more in here. I've got no idea. Yeah, there you go. I'll hold one of them up. These were sent to me by Dad. Was it Dad that sent me these?
What's that? I can't see what you're holding up.
The Reapers and all of that lot. Was that you?
I think so.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Remember, I send that much stuff out, mate.
I don't know what that is. I can't tell because it's. Is it a Tau? Oh, it's a Tau. Yeah, it's a Tau battle suit.
Nothing like a towel.
No, not a towel.
Oh,
did you? he mispronounced that, didn't he?
See, that was correct. That was correct.
Oh, damn.
Sorry to tell you, Cole, but you're correct there.
Yeah. So why is the other one wrong then?
Because you pronounce it, but it's the pronunciation. Nobody ever said that English made any sense at all.
It's pronunciation. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
As well. So painting him. So yeah, there's been a fair bit. I've got so much stuff on the bench because I was filming E-Models build earlier on, so I've not had a chance to have a clear up, folks. So I apologise for the state of the fact that I'm working in a little tiny area, but
this is how it always goes. You know that.
Yeah, well, I've got my sprue rack there, and
You could have a workbench that was 32 feet square, and you're still working in a 1 foot square.
I'm burnishing and all.
Oh, steady now.
I've got
no pants, remember.
Load of corrugated in there that I'm rusting the bejesus out of for this.
Lovely.
To walk it up a bit. So I've got some more bit. Actually, I'll put the rack some more bits of that in there. So I've got loads of it.
Let's have a look at your Castellan robot properly, Dad. Give us a good guided tour of it.
What?
Let's have a proper look at your Castellan robot.
That's seriously sexy, mate. Yeah, I'll bung your full screen then.
Oh, thanks a bunch.
The thing that's always put me off doing the Castellan robots is I never know what I'd do with the big sort of visor. I'm never quite sure how I'd paint that.
Well, how I've done it is obviously it's all Mephiston red, but I stippled silver.
Stipple?
Oh,
for the visor, because that's how it looks on the box art.
Yeah.
So I'd stipple it as well. So I'm just going around now, I'm doing some foxy highlighting of the panel.
Are you doing some post-shade dry brushing?
Yeah.
Good, didn't you?
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I've not got a lot to show. Tonight, if you remember about 100 million weeks ago, I was building some of my Death Guard, and I finished...
Oh, right, yeah.
I finished building all the hundreds of Poxwalkers that people sent to me. But then I realised I've got the entire box set of the Combat Patrol that Mama Fox got for me.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'd started making one dude. I've got like 40 poxwalkers in there as well. So I'm carrying on with that. The only thing I've done in the last sort of 2 months is last week I did a little tribute build for Nim, our friend Nim Sunday.
Yes. Oh,
Which
bless
I know
her,
you
may
can't
she
really.
rest in peace.
I know it's not really going to show on camera, but I did the little because she was built. She was interested in Adeptus Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle. I built the Imagifier.
Nice paint job there, geese.
Thank you very much. And the reason I built this one, because there's different vehicles and stuff, and I thought it would be really nice to do a little tribute build. It was partially to get me back at the bench and painting, because I haven't painted figures for a little while. But I thought it'd be nice to do a Sister of Battle, and I didn't know what to get, but then I saw this one, and the idea is that you've got the Imagifier who's carrying this stanchion, and the statue on the top is a fallen Sister of Battle. It's a martyr. A statue
yeah.
It's a statue of a martyred Sister of Battle. I thought that's kind of appropriate. For Nim. So I thought I'll do an Imagifier. And I've got to tell you, considering I'm used to painting Space Marines and large figures, they're an absolute nightmare, these, because they're tiny.
Yeah.
All the little tiny
knocked
details.
everyone for 6, didn't it, Nim?
I know. I found out when you mentioned it on, because obviously I've been out of the loop for weeks. I found out when you mentioned it on the e-model show. You can take me off full screen now, dude.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I didn't know until you mentioned it on the Monday show, and it's kind of knocked me for 6 for the last few weeks.
Yeah, it was one of those. James sent me the message, and it's like anything. You read it, and then you think, "I'm going to read that again." Did I just read that right?
Like, wait, what?
Yeah, it really knocked us all for 6. You know, it's. She was so young as well, and
yeah, I did actually read. I'm not going to go into it, but I did read. Somebody did put an explanation or put a post up explaining what had actually happened.
Yeah,
in detail, and it was so sad.
Cellulitis and pneumonia, wasn't it? She died.
I put a post in, didn't I, on the mod chat?
Well, one of her friends did a full write up of exactly what had gone on. It was like, geez.
Dan Kramer's just saying he doesn't have Facebook, so he doesn't actually know what happened. So Dan knows now.
I mean, I've been out of the loop, obviously, a few weeks, and like when you mentioned it on the Monday show, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. We did a thing on the branch, as you know, the other week to get her to 100 subs because it's what she had always wanted for her channel, bless her. You know, and
I said that to you, didn't I? I said you should mention it on Sunday just to.
Absolutely.
But then when I found out, and it was a bit of a shock. We were just talking in some of the mod chats and stuff, and I said it'd be really nice if we just tell, because somebody mentioned should we do like a group build in the boom hut, and I'm like, well, I'm not in a position to do anything right now, so I'm not going to get involved because I'm doing anything online. But I said it's just easier if we just say to people, if you want to make something, just post up about it. That'd be nice. I know a couple of people have. I don't think many have, but it doesn't really matter. But
it's.
I just thought it'd be nice to do something.
I can remember Nim way back when were the days of the Smooth Crew, and then obviously
5 years
coming
ago.
into e-models and the Sunday shows, and it really is quite upsetting, really.
I'll be back in 1 second, guys.
No worries, mate.
Ari joined us. He said he got some time back on the bench. Figured it's time to stop mourning and get himself back. Welcome back to the bench, Ari.
Happy days, mate. Good to have you back on board, Aries. Hope you're doing all right, mate.
Were you banging the toilet seat?
Bless him.
I'll just mute
yourself. Mute. Do you want to quickly mute him? Actually, there you go. Bless him. He probably didn't realise he hadn't muted.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, dear. Let's get a bit of brush cleaner on there. Dum, 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 dum. Suppose I better paint the rest of them stripes. Give me something to do, wouldn't it?
Yeah, keep you busy for half an hour.
Actually been really busy today. It's been nice. I'd like to say I filmed a couple of episodes of the Bike for the E-Models channel.
Yeah.
Did a load on slobs, playing about with intros, outros, and quirky little things to try out for upcoming live shows. Yeah, it's quite a productive day. And then watch the ISM guys causing mayhem as usual.
Yeah, I missed them tonight. Didn't get to see it. So I was out and about.
Yeah. So I've got to tune into that. Yes.
I know Hobby Barn asked earlier on in chat when Fox was talking, has anyone heard from Sarah? I haven't. I don't know if Colin has.
Yeah, I have. She's fine. She's absolutely fine. She's taking a little time out at the moment, but she's fine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do remember now.
Yeah, I did say off air, but I won't say on air, but she's fine.
Yeah.
And not to worry and all of that, but she'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like anything when we don't see.
Hello.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. Mike muted you, mate, because you forgot to mute your microphone.
Oh no, I pressed the button. I muted it.
No,
It was
never,
flashing.
mate. We could hear you.
Oh, was it flashing? Oh well. Mama Fox sends her love, by the way.
Oh, big hugs, Mama
Fox.
She says big hugs to you and Dad, and she says hi to everyone on the internet.
There you go.
And then she went back to sleep.
That's good. I remember Mama Fox hugs.
You do.
Oh yeah, is there something I don't know here, Dad?
No, mate. No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No.
Nothing you want to get off your chest? Are you sure?
No.
Don't like talking about it. You don't like talking about it, do you, Dad?
No. All those who need to know, no, mate.
No. Right. So I'm not in the groovy gang then, no.
No, he likes to play it close to his chest, Colin. He doesn't like to talk about it. You know what he's like.
I don't shut about what I've done.
I know what he's like. Cheating git. That's what he's like.
Thank you. Did you say he is?
I did not. What make you think that?
He also hears things, Fox, doesn't he?
Is it? That's the age. That is. So listen, guys. I hit the big 5-0 this year.
I know.
What can I expect when I reach this golden period of my life?
You'll go to bed at 49.
Yeah.
Feeling young and virile.
I've got the violin ready, just in case.
Yeah, you're going to wake up the following morning.
Yeah.
You'll throw your legs out of bed.
Yeah.
Your feet will go, and then you'll hear
click.
That is not an echo.
Is that the other shoe dropping?
That's your bollocks hitting the floor, mate, because something happens overnight where you grow an extra 300 yards of elbow skin.
Yeah.
Oh, you get your bingo wings.
Yeah, that's why blokes over 50 not only wear 3/4 lengths, but they wear the ones with tyres round the bottom, just to stop certain things from dragging along behind them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get an excessive growth in that area. Your ear hair, eyebrow hair, and nasal hair goes mad.
Wait, when you say excessive growth in that area, you mean not in a good way?
Not in a good way, no.
Oh, arse.
No, you end up dragging your balls behind you when you're walking down the road like a space opera.
Arse.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah.
Will everything suddenly hurt as well?
Oh yeah, you'll make old man noises getting out the chair. You go to get up, it's
oh, is this when I start, instead of sitting down, I begin to settle?
Yeah.
I no longer sit, I settle, yeah.
Yeah, you'll discover the pleasure of the afternoon nap.
I don't mind that. I don't like that. That doesn't sound so bad. I don't mind napping. Extra sleep's never a bad
thing. You suddenly have this bad thing that happens where your quiet voice becomes very loud.
Oh, I have that anyway.
Where you currently think it, when you hit 50, it's out there.
Oh, I have that anyway. It's complete social ineptitude. That's normal for me.
It's not in a good way. It's in a really bad way.
Okay.
But you're then 10 years away from the 6-0, and believe me, that's when it really changes.
Oh Lord! Because I was gonna say the idea of the naps. I like the idea of that because the one thing I found since I got to like 45. Let's say 45. Up until 45, I could, I'd wake up, say I'd work every day, I'd wake up at whatever, 7, 8 or 9 in the morning, but on a weekend, on a day off, I'd sleep in till, say, midday, treat myself to a lie-in. When I hit 45, that suddenly no longer became an option. And if I now get 1 minute more than 8 hours sleep, I feel like a dog's arse. I feel like I've been out on the beer the night before and not slept.
You've got a banging headache,
Yeah, and it's just because I've slept 1 minute more than 8 hours. So I can't do lie-ins anymore. So if I get naps, I'll take that trade.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, plus, Hugh's made a point. Plus, you get up in the night for a wee.
Oh, I do that anyway already.
Oh,
That's
do you?
right. Yeah.
Oh, you're on a loser then, mate, because you'll be up twice in the night for a wee.
It's usually around about 4 in the morning. I'm like, oh, there you go, 4 in the morning.
And the thing is, the minute your brain says, I need a wee, drop everything you're doing and start walking, because by the time you get there and sit down, you're going.
Correct.
Yeah. But the thing is, going. But you know what? The weird thing is, I see that as in a positive way as well, because what I do is I think, well, it's 4 in the morning and I need to go for a wee, but you know what? It's 4 in the morning, so I get to go back to sleep, and then that's the post-waking up sleep is the best sleep.
And also another one is, if you think it's going to be a wet fart, then it definitely is.
Oh, yeah, I've already got that. I've had that for years.
Yeah.
But again, that's been the case since the mid-40s, so we're sorted with that.
Yeah, there's no second chances, mate. Again, start heading in the general direction of safety and wait it out, because just when you think it's past,
I've had that since my mid-40s, so I've had that cautionary aspect of my toileting habits.
Yeah, it's like, really, when does this become a thing? And it's like,
now. All these things to look forward to, eh?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's fun, though. All the cool people are 50.
Yeah, this would seem reasonable.
Yeah. I didn't mind it when I hit 50, but my missus was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah, it's females harder, I think.
Yeah, she really struggled with it. And now she's already thinking about 60, and she's only 53.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I don't want to be 60. I said, well, at the end of the day, you're 53, love. Don't worry about it. The bottom lip is out. It's like,
it's a lot of mileage till you get to that point.
Claire said, I found your bike build the other night, Colin. Very relaxing. So much so she drifted off. Yeah, it sends me to sleep as well.
Yeah, if Mike can't sleep, he puts one of my videos on. That's charming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Claire. I have this effect on people. My missus, normally, if she can't sleep, she'll say to me, can you talk to me? And I go, what? Can you talk to me? And I go, why is that? Because I want to go to sleep.
No, she says because you're a boring twat.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you talk to her, she'll fall asleep, you'll be like, great, now I can't get to sleep. God damn it.
Yeah.
Going back to the thing about waking up at 4 for a wee, because ever since I was a little kid, right, when you wake up in the morning and then you get to go back to sleep for a bit before your alarm goes off, that's the best sleep, because it's the warmest and snuggliest, so I don't mind getting up at 4. The worst thing is, like, it's kick-ass when you wake up at 7 and your alarm is set for, say, 9. Because then you're like, oh, I got an extra 2 hours. But when you got your alarm set for whatever time, like 8 o'clock or something, and you wake up at 20 to 8, needing a wee, and you're like, I can't go to the loo and get back in time to have any kind of snooze now. It's like, God damn it, I've got to get up 20 minutes early. I hate myself.
Once I'm up, I'm up. That's
Yeah.
it.
If I've got
on the bed and within an hour I need a pee, then that's it. I can't go back to sleep. It just won't happen.
See, I don't mind waking up before my alarm as long as it gives me at least an hour to go back to sleep for. If I wake up 20 minutes before, I'm just pissed off because I can't get back to sleep then, and I'm just being forced to not have, you know.
I normally come back downstairs to the man cave and just sit and paint something, film something, or whatever, because I know I won't get back to sleep.
Mark Shellard's joined us saying evening, ladies and gentlemen. As
Evening.
Kieran Ryan, evening all. Hope you're all.
Hello there, folks. Thank you for joining us all.
For some reason, Cole, welcome to those guys. For some reason, when you said about paint something or whatever, Phil, all I've got in my head is the spitting image of.
Oh God, you forgot, haven't you?
I have, haven't I? What's the actor's name that was in? You know what? I'm just gonna shut up.
I can tell you're nearly 50 because you're starting to forget things.
Yeah, what's his name? Terry Watson from the thing with the Arthur. Terry McCann.
Terry McCann, Dennis Waterman.
Yeah, that was the spitting image of him, you know, and all I've got in him is my head going, paint the thing, film the thing, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune. It's not funny. I don't even know why I'm bothered. I'll just shut up.
That's good enough for me.
That was a train wreck of the most epic proportions. Just call me Rudy.
So I didn't mind back in the day because, I was, how can I say, I used to enjoy painting walls in public that weren't supposed to be painted.
Ah. Bit of a tagger, were you?
I used to like doing the murals and stuff, you know what I mean? And, So, that was my pastime when I lived up in the smoke.
Now, you see, if you're a northerner, you'd know you're supposed to call them murials. Hilda Ogden style.
Yeah, but then see that I'd be pronouncing that wrong, wouldn't I?
No, but that's an exception because that's Hilda Ogden style. That because she had a mural. Right. She had a mural on a wall. Remember Hilda Ogden, Coronation Street, and it was just the wallpaper.
Oh right, yeah, Colin Bennett, yeah. Coronation Street, bloody hell.
Mural.
It's still going, is it?
Oh God, yeah.
Talking about Coronation Street and alienating half of your audience.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because Mama Fox, we were talking the other day. Mum used to work at Granada. My mum and my dad both used to work at Granada.
Yeah.
Mama Fox was like she had fond memories of like getting on the train to go into Manchester to Granada, and she'd go in with Jean Alexander, who played Hilda Ogden.
Yeah.
Because she used to work in Coronation Street, and she says it was always really funny. Was it Jean Alexander? I can't remember. Anyway.
It was, mate.
She said it was always hilarious to be on the train with her going into work. And of course, the people on the train were always really, really shocked when they realised that she didn't actually sound like Hilda Ogden. She had a really posh voice.
Yeah. Yeah, she was quite well spoken, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Bit like me, used to pronounce everything proper.
You got that one right.
Yeah. Don't know if I spotted him before. Richie Lamb's joined us.
Hello, Richie.
He said another thing when you hit 50, walking into a room and remembering why you went into it in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
That's the same as getting halfway down the stairs, that.
I do.
I've been like, wait, am I going up or down? Oh, flip.
Another thing that happens is you go to the bog, you get downstairs, you go to sit down, and you need to go to the bog again.
Oh, God, yeah.
Really?
Yes. Right, I can't find this piece now. I need foot. Oh, there's another sprue called A. Okay, I understand now. There we go. There we go. There's the A sprue, and then there's the A sprue.
Terry at Obbie Barnes said, Richie, the doctor gave me memory pills, but I kept forgetting to take them.
Do you know the funny thing about that is when I was much younger, I had occasion at some point to go to some stupid, pointless, tree-hugging, sandal-wearing, crystal nonsense, hippie bullshit festival. You know, where they do all the homeopathic bullshit. Anyway, it was stupid like events, and
so you enjoyed it then?
it was all nonsense. And I had occasion, because the people I was with, I was kind of sweet on one of the girls, so I was kind of going along with the ride, if you know what I mean, going along for the ride. So we went to this Chinese herbalist stand, and I said, oh, well, I've got a terrible memory, so they actually gave me some stuff for memory, and again, I forgot to take it, so... Mm-hmm. But yes, it's all nonsense. I was just there, and at the end of it, I just had to say, you realise this is all bollocks, don't you? This whole crystal hugging, tree, sandal wearing nonsense, homeopathic vibes, Chinese herbal rubbish. I didn't get a second date.
You weren't impressed then, no?
No. There's being a skeptic, and then there's scuttling your chances of a second date, but I'm too much of a skeptic.
But she loved you for that.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? If you believe all this crap, I don't really want a second date. Thanks. I found out later on she seemed to believe she was psychic, and I'm like, no, you're not really, love. Go back to sleep now. Yeah. So I kind of I escaped on that one. But yeah, I forgot to take the brain medicine, the forgetting medicine. Mm-hmm. Never mind. I use medicine in the loosest sense of the word. So what have I missed anyway in the last 8 weeks?
Not a lot really. We've just been killing time till he got back.
Yeah. Cool. See, it all goes to pot when I'm not around, doesn't it?
Absolutely, mate.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
No, not a lot really, mate. There's not a lot been going on.
Yeah. Here's a question for the people in chat. Do we have any Australians watching right now? Is Chunk in?
I haven't seen him.
Don't Ari Styrene, is he Australian? I can't remember.
The reason I ask is I want to know if there's any update on Somerton Man and getting any DNA from the remains of Somerton Man. Because I want to know if they've solved the mystery of who he was.
Yeah, Edward Leonard's right. Fox has got the sniffles. It's because he's live, Edward.
I have. It's because it's because the cameras are on, the lights are on, and I've got the sniffle. I do apologise. I don't even realise I'm sniffling.
Yeah, me and Colin often talk about this because Colin starts yawning, I start coughing, and you start sniffing.
We do all the body functions. Put us all together, and we've just got the flu.
Oh, Ari Styrene said he's Canadian.
All right.
I shall remember that now.
People are often say to me, "Oh, you just got up," and I'm like, "I've been up for hours, mate." You know, it's just as soon as I hit the live button, I seem to yawn.
Yeah, and I get the sniffles. If I was sat here, I'll tell you what it is. It's having these. Well, that's my glasses, and then I've got these on top. And what they do is they push my nostrils in a little bit because they weigh my glasses down, and that makes my nose go sniffly. Because if I'm working without the cameras and stuff, I don't maybe have all the lights on, so I'm not quite as sniffly. It's weird. I know it's annoying.
Kieran Ryan's Canadian as well.
Yes, I wanted to know if there's any update on Somerton Man, but if there's nobody in the audience that's Australian, there's nobody will know, so not to worry.
We're just nodding, aren't we, Dad? Like we know what he's on about. No.
You don't know anything, do you?
No.
I bet you don't even know about the Tamam Shud murder. Never mind.
No.
It's fascinating. It's a fascinating, unsolved murder from the 1940s in Australia land. Basically, a man was found dead on Somerton Beach in Australia. Yeah. 1947. In very mysterious circumstances, and to this day, no one knows who he was.
Oh, what a shame.
But basically, he was found sitting on the beach in a suit and tie.
Yeah.
With nothing on him apart from maybe a half-lit cigarette that had gone out, and it was just as if he was asleep. No real sign of what killed him off.
This rings a bell.
And he was found on the beach, but they later found that all the labels in his clothing had been pulled out, so there was no way to trace where they came from. And in those days, people had names on the labels and stuff. There's nothing on
That's right. Manufacturer, tailors, and all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it had, if it was handmade, they'd have the person's name and phone number on the label, so the tailor knew who to call to say it was ready. Nothing like that. The only thing they found, eventually, was sewn into the lining of what I think the jacket was a small piece of paper with the phrase. It was like ripped from a book, and it simply had the phrase "Tamam Shud" on it, which is actually the last 2 words of a book called the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, which is an ancient book of poetry. So that was like, okay, that's weird. So he's got this little bit of paper saying Tamam Shud means it is done or it is finished in, I think, Aramaic or something like that. Anyway, a few days later, a man reported that his car had been broken into. And in the back was a copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam with the little bit on the last page that would normally say Tamam Shud ripped out.
All right.
Yeah. And then there were links to some other... Now, this is where I go fuzzy on the details now because it's late at night, but there were links to some other people with these books. Anyway, no one was ever been able to identify him. There's never found anything. There's been rumours that he was like an American guy, he was Australian, he was perhaps a Russian spy. A lot of the thinking was that there's like some spying nonsense going on, so nobody really knows. But they exhumed his body a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
Finally, to try and get some DNA to try and identify him. And then it's gone quiet now, so nobody knows. And it's just fascinating. You'd have to read up on it because it's a fascinating unknown.
Yeah, it does ring a bell for some reason.
It's like a real unsolved mystery. Somerton Man, or just look up Tamam Shud. It's the best way to do it. Because I love things like unsolved mysteries and disappearances. They fascinate me. They fascinate me, absolutely fascinate me. The number of times I've lost an entire weekend just reading things on Wikipedia about like unsolved crimes and disappearances and people that have vanished in mystery. It's just great. I love it. It's fascinating stuff.
Yeah, because like you say, there's no known explanation, is there? It's intrigue.
There's actually a Wikipedia page. Wikipedia page. If I remember rightly, it's been a few years now, but there's actually a page of list of unsolved murders and list of unsolved disappearances. And trust me, I lost a whole goddamn weekend because they only give you brief descriptions. So then I have to go off and read about that. I have to go and find out. It'll say like Bob Smith who disappeared on this date on a boat, and it's like I need to go and find out who this was.
Yeah.
Good way to waste a weekend. That
certainly is, mate.
Southwest Model is in.
Hello, Chunk.
Just after,
he's Australian. Australian.
Just after I called out for anybody in the chat who's Australian. We were talking about the Somerton Man mystery, and I was asking if anybody in the chat in Australia, if they've got any update on the DNA. You might not know.
Chunk won't know. Oh, you might know. He never sleeps, Chunk. He's always awake.
So, on the off chance that you may know, Chunk, is there any update on the DNA from Somerton Man?
Wait for it. He's going to put Somerton who now?
Yeah. Mark Shellard says, you must have really enjoyed Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a kid.
Well, Scooby-Doo was all right till Scrappy-Doo come along. He spoilt it.
Oh, yeah.
I hated that little git.
They did redeem themselves by making him the bad guy in the crappy live-action movie. I'll give them points for that.
Yeah.
Spoilers, Scrappy-Doo was the bad guy in the live-action movie.
Yeah, Scrappy-Doo.
See, I've saved you from having to watch it now.
Yeah, I don't want to get a wibble, but yeah.
Oh, Craptaculon. I know why this guy wouldn't glue to his base properly.
That's it. Hang on.
There's a whole bit of scenery that I didn't glue to his base.
It's Angus Allett who's Australian, I'm sure now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Southwest Modeler probably is. He's got Australia as his icon as well.
Yeah.
And he's Southwest Modeler.
I know Chunk is.
Yeah.
Cool.
He says, I haven't heard about it, but I'll look into it. I think it was a month or two ago they exhumed the body, and but then about a month or so ago, but nothing's been heard since. There's probably no update yet.
Told you he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
We can always rely on Chunk.
I can't believe I didn't. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut him off this base now, aren't I?
So
Yeah, it looks that way.
I don't have to because I can just. Yeah, I'm not gonna bother. I'll just build up some texture around his feet. Like it's almost like he's running now. It's one of those bits of scenery where you have a rock under the foot.
Oh right, yeah.
You know, it's like when you try and draw a figure, and if you get 1 foot too high, you have to put a rock underneath it.
Yeah.
When I was learning to draw, I'd always end up with somebody with a foot about an inch in the air, and I'd be like, oh,
yeah.
There'd always be a rock under 1 foot because you'd mess it up. It's the same, so I'll just leave it off. Screw it, forget it. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah, so if you want to lose a weekend here and there, just start looking into like unexplained disappearances and unexplained mysteries and serial.
I do like a conspiracy website, I must admit.
Oh well, I used to love going to AboveTopSecret.com until it turned into a right-wing cesspit, and then I stopped going. It used to be a good conspiracy theory website, but then it just turned into a right-wing.
Yeah, an extreme political. Yeah,
and that just destroyed it. So I stopped going there a few years ago. Angus says there was a server.
Happen, doesn't it, with them sort of websites?
Yeah, it strangely started happening around about 2016 maybe.
Yeah.
Angus says there's a surf psych band in Australia here in the 60s called Tamam Shud. Could well have been influenced by that. It's quite a well-known mystery, especially in Australia.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Toya Mountains in.
They're shot in the dark. What happened to Toy Wilcox?
Still going.
Sunday brunch every week, mate.
Yeah.
Her and Robert Fripp, they do cover versions every week in their kitchen. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
Robert Fripp. There's a name I've not heard anyone say ever.
She still got a good voice.
Got good attributes, Dad, didn't she?
It's a mystery. It's a mystery.
Well worth watching.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just goes to show.
Solely for its musical content.
Exactly. Just goes to show a speech impediment does not need to restrict what you can do.
I only watch it because I want Robert Fripp's gold top Les Paul guitar. That's why.
You only watch it for the boobs. Just shut up.
Boobs? Who's boobs?
I know, it's always boobs.
Can't say I noticed.
You only watch anything for the boobs. It's all about the boobs for you.
No, I'm a legs man, mate.
Legs are boring.
Yeah, legs and hips. Nice curves.
Legs and what?
Hips.
Oh, hips. You kind of jumped and the word hips together and it sounded like something else.
With an H.
Yeah, you put an N in the middle and it changed the meaning of that completely.
and only H is hips as well because she's still in. And I'll get in trouble.
Angus has said he is Australian, so you can ask him the question now, Fox.
Well, I think he probably heard it because he's already responded about Tamam Shud. So I think.
Oh right, okay.
Yes.
All right, don't bother then.
Right, I know this piece goes on this figure, but I can't remember where the hell it was. There it was. Okay.
Oh yeah, you haven't come across the new Feisty, Dad, have you?
I've obviously witnessed the new bit of Feist, but I've not actually experienced it personally. Have somebody been put in? Is giving him the vitamin?
He's very feisty lately.
Oh! Talking of getting old, I've made a discovery.
Oh no!
Because obviously, over the previous weeks, I've had to, purchase things that I wouldn't normally need to purchase.
Oh yeah.
And one of the things that apparently would be beneficial to Mama Fox if she would just shut up and drink it, which she won't, is Complan.
Oh yeah.
Now I've never had Complan before, but I've always known about it. It's always been this old people's drink, and I'm like, but it was like it's a good way to get like vitamins and minerals and stuff for old people who are, So I'm like, okay, I'll get some of that. So I got some chocolate and vanilla, and I got some strawberry. I thought I'll get some of these sachets. We'll give it a whirl.
Chocolate's nice.
And Mama Fox was like, "Ooh, no, 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 powdery gritty. Ooh, don't want that." So I'm like, "Great." So that's 40 quid well spent.
She's not a scouser, your mum.
No, but whenever anybody goes no, 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 I just think of like, no, no, murder, get off now. So whenever I take the mickey out, Mum went like, if I say, "Do you want to do this?" "No, I don't want to do it." "No, no, no." I'll be like, "No, no, no, murder, get off now, get off, ow, ow." I don't know where it comes from. I can't remember. Anyway, something my friend used to do. "No, no, get off, ow, get off now." Anyway, so I got all these like endless packets of Complan. I've got thousands of them. So I thought, oh, sod it, I'll just try one. And you know what? They're actually quite nice. So I now
Notice
know
how me and Dad are not commenting at all at the moment.
Is that because you've always been drinking the Complan for years?
Well, I might have tried some.
Because I could, but the thing that got me was it says use 200 ml of water or milk. So I got a big pint glass, and I went, wow, that's not even a shot. So I just filled the whole glass with milk and put the Complan in. Ignored the instructions completely. Ignored the instructions, and it was delicious. It was most delicious.
It is lovely, especially I had it when Eileen was at home, and she wouldn't have it. She'd done the same thing.
Yeah.
She did it in a Scouse accent.
No, get off now. No. So
yes, lovely. I liked it.
So it's like, it's full of vitamins and minerals, and I can have 2 a day. There you go. I'll have chocolate, I'll have strawberry. Bang.
Gives you wind, Fox.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This is not a problem. But the thing is, it's like, I don't understand why you make it with water when you can have it milk.
No, it's much better with milk.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know what I bought today?
Go on. What did you bought today, Dad?
Prunes.
That's not just going to make you fart, is it?
No.
Given your abilities, is that really the wisest thing you did?
Yeah, because I fancied some prunes with custard.
Oh, I don't think I've actually ever had prunes.
Oh, hey, you haven't.
I've had prune. I think I've had prune juice. I've had grape. I like grape juice. I drank grape juice once because Worf liked it, and I actually quite liked it.
You got to have prunes and custard. Oh.
Worf said grape juice was the drink of a warrior, so I got some, and it was quite pleasant. I finished a dude.
Hey, what?
Oh, proud of you, soldier. Proud of you, mate.
Except I've glued all his flies and smoke on the back, and I've realised I've got no way to paint what's underneath it now because it's far too goddamn. Eh?
Hour and a quarter. And
What?
you've done.
Yeah, he's done well.
Yeah, you're proud of you.
Yeah, but you know what he's going to say? I've been off for 8 weeks. I need to get back into the swing of it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
See, what it is, I've been off for 8 weeks. I need to get back in the swing of it. I also need to point out as well that one of the other things I bought for Mama Fox that didn't go anywhere was, you know, you get when you're in hospital, you get like the mattress is the air mattress to like avoid pressure points.
Yeah.
When you come to hospital, when you come out, they say, you know, if you're going to be sat down a lot, you need to get like special cushions that you can put on chairs so you can sit on them.
Orthopedic wedge.
That's
Yeah,
it.
no, not steady now. What you do in your spare time? No, it's just like a padded cushion. Yeah, it's basically a foam thing, and it avoids any pressure points.
Yeah.
So we got one for Mama Fox, but she doesn't sit in a chair. She sort of sits along the sofa, 2-seat sofa. So it was no use at all. She can't use it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, fine, I'll stick it on my office chair because the cushion I've got on there is a bit old anyway. So I've got it on here now, and it's really comfortable. It's really, really comfortable.
Mm.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's kind of, it's not like a cushion which is absorbent. It's kind of
No, it draws the sweat out, should we say?
Yeah, but it's also reflective to all fluids because it's wiped clean because it's obviously orthopedic. And I'm sat here in boxer shorts, and it's really hot,
Yeah.
and I'm kind of gliding. It's not good.
No, you're having a slight soaking.
Yeah, it's kind of snail mode. It's not good. So
Yeah.
Don't use-
perfectly normal.
can I just say, don't sit in your underwear on an orthopedic cushion when it's hot. It's not going to. These, yeah,
It's not going to end well.
no, yeah. went to check on Mama Fox. Then she was just sat on the side of the bed. So I sat down and gave her a hug, and said good night. And I said, by the way, I've just left you a wet patch. Sorry about that. She was like, bugger.
Did you say that hugs from Dad?
Did I do what?
Did you say that hugs from Dad when you gave
I said,
her a
this
hug?
is a dirty, great big hug from Dad, and it'll only cost you a £5. And she's like, no, get off, no, ow.
Calm down.
Murder. Right, I need to make a biologist putrefier now.
Right.
So anyway, what have you been up to, Dad? Colin's been making his big floaty airplanes and stuff. What have you been up to?
What have I been up? Well, Colin will have you believe that I've been cheating, but
Oh, here we go.
you don't have to listen to him.
Is such a thing even possible?
No.
Beetlegate. Yeah, it's possible. I've got witnesses. They've all witnessed him doing it.
Don't believe it.
Sentinel.
I don't believe it. Do you know what? Do you know what I really want? Right, and I'm tempted to go and get to make a glass of Complan right now. Actually.
Do you remember that Sentinel build that me and Dad were going to do together?
Oh yeah, would that be the together build?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, his one's painted. Yeah. I hadn't even started mine when he had painted that.
Yeah.
Fox, do you think that's finished?
Shit house.
That's not finished, is it?
Well, what's left to do on that then?
It's a things.
The stuff and the things.
Things are to do on it.
So can I assume then? Because we have announced publicly that we're going to do a little buddy build, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we have now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have announced that. I have to say, well, before I go into that, if I may just hijack for a minute and do two things. First of all, I have to say, I've done this already, but for anyone who hasn't watched it, I have to say a big, massive thank you to first and foremost to Dad and Cole and Scott and Cy Reynolds and everybody else in my little circle of real life friends who's been supporting me over the last few weeks. But also a massive thank you to everyone out there who supported me, not just on the GoFundMe, but also just by sending best wishes and everything else. I just want to say thank you for that, because it's been incredible for the last few weeks. So big, massive thank you to all of you. Hugs to everybody. Big thank you. It's unbelievable. But that segues into saying thank you for that stream many weeks ago, where Colin and I, where Cole basically got 1 billion super chats in his live stream. Was it a Friday stream?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a Friday Frolic.
Yeah, it was a Friday Frolic when you all did loads of super chats and basically
Broke Festa.
broke Festa, broke me, and that basically went to getting me and Cole some Orky bits. And as a result of that particular one stream and all those super chats, we now all three of us have a stomper.
Absolutely. Got Dad one as well off the back of the stream, because Dad was in the stream as well.
Yeah. So we're going to do it. We are going to do a buddy build at some point in the future where we're all going to build our Orc Stomper. So anyway, that whole preamble was to say, have you already finished your Stomper yet, Dad?
Yeah, done.
Have you? Good lad.
No, it's still in the box, mate.
Yeah, good girl. It's mass. I didn't realise how big that damn box was. Jesus.
It is humongous, isn't it? Full of sprues.
Huge. It may actually have to be that I do some airbrushing on the live stream. I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, yeah,
You'll be fine.
you could rattle can it.
Not in the house on a live
No,
stream.
not in the house. No.
No, I mean what I'll do is I want to do some. I'll when I build mine, I'll do it all rust colours first and then paint over the top. So I might airbrush the rust colours. Oh, then again, no, I can brush paint the rust. I want the splattery look, don't I? Yeah, that's true. Screw it. All brush painting, all the time. But yeah, big massive thank you to everyone who's been supportive for me over the last few weeks. It's been massively appreciated.
Yeah,
What we do, mate, in it when one of us is got something like that going on, we just all rally round, don't we?
Yeah,
Yep.
It's been incredible.
That's what mates do for
brilliant.
each other.
Yeah, community is brilliant for that.
Yeah. So you guys
Makes
all
all the
rock.
other crap worth it, doesn't it?
Yeah. So, you guys out there in Chatland, you are just the best community. You are just the best.
Absolutely, mate.
Blown away, absolutely.
We're picking up quite a big American following now as well, aren't we, Cole? On the
yes, we are. Yes, yeah. The 24/7 seems to be doing its thing as well. We're massively pleased with that.
Yeah.
So that seems to have been going well. So yeah,
I must actually pop into that at some point.
Yeah.
Not that I'm a channel member, I know, but
you're all right, mate. You're more than welcome.
I will do it at some point. It's a nice little, it's a nice idea though. It's just a little place to just for people to. It's like the Boom Hut but live kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's our way of giving something back to all our patron supporters and channel members, because we basically said, well, anyone that is a patron of mine or Dad's or a channel member can come and join it, and that's what it's there for.
I mean, it's the same principle as my Discords, but unfortunately for me, no one understands how Discord works, and there's not much happens in there, so it's kind of dead, my Discord. But it's a nice thing to do, because the one thing if anybody out there even thinks about doing Patreon or anything like that, the one thing you quickly realise is trying to figure out how to reward your patrons is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you either do content just for your patrons, but then you're not making content for anybody else.
Yeah.
And you can't really get more patrons if you're putting nothing up for anybody else to see. Or you're not doing content for them, but then you know what I mean? It's a bit of a... So it's a nice having
It's just our way of doing something back, and they can go in morning, noon or night. It's like a train station. They just drop in when they want, stay as long as they want, come and go when they want, and it's there.
Yeah.
We don't have to play with any settings, or set it all up so that it auto runs, and that's it.
I thought about doing something like that for my patrons, but I never got around to it, I suppose.
Yeah, and it's gone down really well,
Yeah.
We go in and have a laugh and a joke with them, but it's their hangout, it's there for them to enjoy. They've all got somewhere they can go and meet other people in the community. There's no agendas, no airs and graces, no one stands on ceremony. It's just people chatting, shooting the breeze. Those of us that can't sleep can go in when we want. If we've got demons and want to wibble, no one's going to judge you. We're pretty proud of it, Dad, isn't we? What it's become.
It's gone really well. I go in. I'm in most mornings, sort of anywhere between 10 and half 10 for a few hours, because I'm sat at the bench. So I think, well, even if I'm just doing normal admin stuff, I just sit in there and have a natter with whoever's in.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of. I considered doing something like that for myself, but I never did. So.
But it's there, it seems popular enough, and as long as people want it to stay, it'll be there.
Did you just say popular?
I did.
You did just say popular, didn't you?
I did.
It seems popular enough.
Yeah. I tell you, he's telling me off tonight, Dad, isn't he?
He is,
I'm not telling you off. I'm not telling you off. I'm mocking you. It's different. It's a different thing altogether.
Ah, I see. Mocularity started again,
Look
is
at
it?
the mocularity.
I don't know.
Yeah. William Rayborn said, yep, I really like the 24/7. Yeah, I've been in a good few times with William.
Yeah.
And he's been in. Terry Obby said, just a great place to spend a Friday night or a Sunday brunch.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Panzer's in. Here we go. Food update.
Hey, Panzer.
Come on, Panzer. What is it?
He says about 10 comments up.
Oh,
Dad, before you ask, chicken curry with rice.
All right, Narky Knickers.
You've missed me, really.
Oh, I love the bones of you.
Not telling you off, I was just mocking you. It's different. It's a different thing altogether.
Nice.
Okay. All right then. He hasn't put in much of pudding, though, has he?
No, that's true. Maybe there wasn't a pudding.
Panzer's giving Fox hugs, Dad hugs, and Festa hugs.
Yeah, he hugs back.
Cheers, mate.
Hugs
Dare
to
I
everybody.
say, it's good to hear you laughing, Fox.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. It's the drugs. I mean, there
you
goes,
know
there
what
goes
I
your
mean.
monetization.
Don't worry. But, you've been through the wars a little bit, and it's just nice to hear you laugh, mate.
Yeah. I thank you.
It's all right, mate. Don't thank me for anything, mate. You'd do the same.
I would.
You'd charge me, but you'd do the same.
Oh, damn straight.
Hugo Gordon said Jaffa cakes.
Yes, please.
I say Hugo because that's what he's known as now.
Yeah.
He used to be now Hugo.
Excuse me.
But you did admit the other day he'll answer to anything anyway. So
Can I just point out this guy's got a tremendous belly on him? That's his leg.
I got a what?
This guy's got a tremendous belly on. Not you.
I thought you said that.
No. This chap here that I'm assemblating.
Oh, nice.
He's got a right fat belly. Oh.
Big fat belly.
Big fat belly. Get in my belly.
It does look like me. William Rayborn said, my dad just made biscuits. I've had one with butter and peach preserves. Nom nom.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Well, William quite often says, I won't be long. I'm just popping out to make a cake.
Cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does. He pops out and he says, I'm back. I've made it. Panzer said, have I missed anyone? Yeah, everyone.
The other day, Mama Fox you can tell Mama Fox is getting a bit better because she ordered a few things on Amazon. Dear Lord.
Oh, good.
And the other day, this box turns up and it's like a Welsh cheese and pickle selection. It's like two cheese wheels, about this big each.
Ooh.
And two little tiny jars of one of them is like onion relish and one is like a fig and apple relish. And the cheese wheels are like they're in the wax and it's like that thick. The wax. And one of them is just cheddar, but the other one is like mature cheddar and white truffles or something.
Oh, nice.
And it's like, it's so nice. But I had to, when I took the wax off and cut into it, I had to put it into a little Ziploc bag back in the fridge because it smelled so strong.
Really?
Oh yeah, that was nice. I'm not a big cheese fan, but this was always nice.
Hugh Gordon said, I shall henceforth be known as Hugo the Horrible.
Would that be Hugo the Horrible or Hugo the Horrible?
Hugo with an H.
I think missing off the H makes it sound better though.
Hugo.
Horrible. Hugo the Horrible.
Colin's Valkyrie starting to look like a taxi.
It certainly has a yellow cab look, doesn't it? Look at the checker on that. Colin, that's looking mint.
It's getting there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to do flyby noises?
Yeah.
Bobbins is in. He said, I
That
like.
sounded like a bloody train, didn't it? There.
I was going to say. God, that looks awesome. And I want to make mine now, but
I'm quite getting into this Warhammer stuff now. You might have noticed. I haven't got much.
I had not
I'm
noticed.
down the hole, but yeah.
I had not noticed.
Nah.
Just before we came live on air, if you watched the video that Cole put up earlier on today, Ross sent him some very nice Warhammer stuff. One of the things was a big bag of Necrons. So just before I went live, I said to Colin, I said, by the way, Cole, that Terminator dude that you've put on your diorama, that's a Necron, and I want you to know so that when you go to the Games Workshop website, you know what to look for. And he's like, don't you make me go to the Games Workshop website. You just stop with that.
Oh, yes. Because I spoke to him last week briefly, and it cost me an Orc battle wagon.
Yes, this is correct. Well, it could have been worse. It could have cost me an Orc battle wagon, but it didn't, so I'm happy.
And then the other night, I accidentally ended up on Forge World.
Oh, excuse me. I'm a bit rancid.
All I can say is, if you end up spending money on Forge World, you got too much money.
Yeah, I had to come away, Dad.
Yeah.
Because I could have.
It was tempting, but I thought, no, I can't.
Oops.
I had zero support off of Fox.
What we said about what we said about Forge World, Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oops.
Yeah.
That was from a while ago, though. Yeah. But the thing is now, you see, the thing is, after spending all that money on a load of Deathcore Krieg dudes on Forge World, of course, now they're going to bring the plastic ones out. I don't need to buy any more resin ones. Yes!
Yeah, I can imagine it costs a small fortune.
Oh, Colin, you should have seen him in Forge World. Bless him.
Oh, really? Was he making cooing noises and skipping?
Put it this way.
He was squeeing everywhere.
Put it this way. I hate resin, but I was walking around the Forge World store with the trouser tent in biblical epic proportions.
Oh, dear.
Because trust me,
ensued.
I have no desire to make a Titan.
No.
A Forge World Titan. But when you see them, you just it's lob on central. Trust me, it's just
Now
but I did walk out with the Macarius Vanquisher, so hey.
Yeah, Angus Allett saying, I unfortunately thought I'd try a contrast paint or two, and then somehow I bought them all. Yeah, I can understand why.
It was a mistake to make.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the thing now. It's like now I've got like 75 resin Forge World guys that I've got to build and paint. They're bringing out plastic ones. God damn it.
Yeah, Colin on the screen, mate.
Panzer Koenig, I may have accidentally spent some of my hard-earned readies today. He ordered his Elegoo. Good man.
Ooh.
I thoroughly approve of your purchase, mate. Good for you, mate.
His name is Barack Obama, and he approves that message.
Absolutely, mate. Resin printing genius born. Can see it. It's going to love every minute of it.
See, I don't think I'll ever get into the 3D printing malarkey. Not for any other reason than if it requires any kind of fiddling at all, I'll hate it.
Yeah.
Like if you can't just turn it on and print, I'll just end up hating it. Like that's why I never buy a printer.
No, it's hands on, but in a nice way. But like I've said to you before, if you want something printed, I'll print it. Not a problem, mate.
There's nothing I want printed anyway, but it's just I'm so technically useless that what happens is I buy something, it doesn't work properly, and I don't know how to get it to work, and then I get frustrated, and it goes in a box in the loft, and then I just get sad for 6 weeks. That's why there's an oboe up there that I never used, or is a clarinet, and a saxophone, and loads of other things.
You got an oboe?
No, a clarinet. Sorry, not an oboe.
Clarinet.
Yes, I got a clarinet, and then I tried to assemble it because it don't come in a box that long, and it was like I couldn't even figure that out. It's like 3 parts.
You are talking to the man who's got 6 guitars and plays none of them.
Yep.
Buy them, Angus. Buy them. Angus Hallett said, I've been trying not to buy some Adeptus Titanicus. Buy them.
Yeah.
Buy them.
I enjoyed building them, that's the thing.
Yeah.
And painting them as well. They all got the airbrush treatment. So. Put
it this way. The thing with the Adeptus Titanicus, if you want to build an actual Warhound Titan, but you don't want to spend 1,500 quid on the resin Forge World one that's like 2.5 feet tall, Adeptus Titanicus lets you get one for a lot less.
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
I mean, I would love, trust me, I would love to paint up a Warhound Titan. I would absolutely love to do that. But what I would not love to do is actually build one. Because while I don't mind building like a small figure in resin, because it's a couple of parts, building like a 3 foot tall thing where you've got parts this big, that you have to pin and secure and support.
You've got to create all.
No.
Oh, I know that feeling, mate.
Oh yeah. So while I would absolutely sell all my spleens to be able to paint a Warhound Titan and have one, there's no way I'd ever want to build one. I mean, I've got a couple of Forge World tanks that I need to build, and I'm kind of looking forward to them in a way because they've only got a small number of parts. I know they're going to need some fussing and fettling.
Yeah.
But they're basically just blocks and squares. There's nothing too fiddly with them. They'll either go together like a dream, or I'll have to reshape them a bit in some hot water. That's about it.
Yeah.
A bit of filler here and there, but it's not like I'm having to attach an arm to a torso with like metal rods and support it. And
No. See, I'm quite used to doing that with resin prints. So it's one of those, you know. I mean, I've got a lot of figures, but I also print a lot of stuff for the dioramas, and like I say, you know, stuff for this. What I'm doing now, you know, and the little dudes. There's lots of little dudes that'll come out of the printers.
I mean, imagine with, like I say, the Warhound Titan or some of the larger Titans on Forge World. Imagine that your entire Valkyrie was one single piece of resin. Take the wings off. Like there's a weapon you can get for one of the Titans. If you took the wings off your Valkyrie now, you know, like on an Imperial Knight, you've got the arm that's actually a weapon.
Yes.
You've got an elbow joint and then the weapon on the arm.
Yeah.
That would be like the size of your Valkyrie if you took the wings off.
Oh, nice.
So not only have you got to attach that like an Imperial Knight's arm, you've also got to make sure, like, you know, there'll be little bits of miscasting and bits where it's warped and stuff, but on
something, you got to sort all of that,
But on something the size of your Valkyrie that's actually a massive weapon with millions of details built in, it's like, oh god, no, I don't do that. No thank you, .jpeg. Hobby Barn is off. He says, need to call it a night, guys. We'll be back on Sunday. Thanks, Colin, Mike, and everyone else for the company and fun. Have a great weekend, guys.
All right, mate.
Cheers, Terry. Take it easy, mate. Look after yourself.
Well, there you go, Terry, and catch up with you soon, buddy.
Bobbins 9000 gets an award for Derp of the Week. Quick public service announcement: don't accidentally drink mouthwash. It's not pleasant. I don't know. It's alcohol, isn't it? Unless it's alcohol, in which case, woohoo.
Yeah. It won't do you any harm unless you're drinking it by the bottle, of course.
Yeah.
But,
Edward says, Fox, you have so many people to help you, your excuse is pants. No, I wouldn't want to build a resin Titan. No. I'm a painter, not a builder.
I'll build it, you paint it.
Yeah. But the thing is, if I'm going to spend 1,500 quid on a model, I want it to go together like a glove.
He just wants me to send him the insane blade to paint. That's what it is.
I want assembling something that costs 1,500 quid to be like making love to a beautiful woman, as Swiss Terry would say. Do you know, building a Warhound Titan is a bit like making love to a beautiful woman. Nothing fits, it's uncomfortable, and you sweat a lot. And at the end of it, you don't really feel it was worth it. Stand back, light your pipe, and admire your handiwork.
Angus Sallet said, Colin, I also have many guitars and basses I don't play, but that's because we're in lockdown and the gigs keep getting cancelled.
Yeah, I had a go at learning, but yeah, it's like everything. I kind of didn't sound like the guitarists I wanted to sound like and just put them down, but a couple of them I've spray painted and built myself anyway, so I enjoy that, but I am the world's most frustrated wanting to be a guitarist ever.
I actually bought a guitar once.
No.
No, I actually bought an electric guitar. It wasn't a Fender. It was was it a Fender?
I bought one. It was a Zenta.
Yeah, it was a Fender. It was a Fender Strat, but like a cheap one, you know, not like a.
Oh yeah, Strat copy. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it purely because I was recording for my own pleasure a cover version of Jean-Michel Jarre's Rendezvous 4.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do the Destination Docklands version where they had that bloke from the Shadows playing the guitar.
Hank Marvin.
That's the one. So I bought a guitar purely because it was one note at a time. I'm the Billie Jean King style. I just go down there. I could do one note at a time.
Yeah.
So I bought it purely to do that one single track.
Yeah.
And I did it, and then I never played it again after that.
Yeah, it's frustrating, you know. They're there, you know. Every now and then I sort of pick one up and have a go, but it's like, yeah, I'll just put that down again.
Well, the thing that I used to do was, because before I had this model bench here, this was all synthesizers and recording equipment in this area. And that was my thing, was recording music, doing electronic music. And every now and then, because it was always, you know, you can't just sit down and start plinking away at the keyboard. It was always, you have to turn everything on and set up the effects, and it wasn't an instant on thing. You have to sit down and have a session, you know, with your recording. But sometimes I'd just be listening to something and I want to play along to it just for fun while I'm, you know, sitting down, chilling out, and I'm listening to, I don't know, Mike Oldfield's Amarok, and I want to play along to it or something.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'll just get myself a guitar, and then I can just twiddle it, because I can plunk out simple notes.
Yeah.
So the number of times I've bought like an acoustic and then like done that for a little bit and then not really carried on with it.
Yeah, I've got electric acoustic. I've got a Strat copy, a couple of Les Paul copies. So yeah, they're there. They get picked up every now and then, but
yeah, I never had the keyboard I can cope with, but the way guitars and other instruments work is just not intuitive to me, so I can never really. Actually, I could single note at a time. I could plink it away one note at a time, BJK style, but that's about it.
Yeah, I just don't seem to have the patience to sit there and persevere. I don't know why. It's like anything, you pick it up and you want to sound great straight away, and it doesn't happen, does it? And because it doesn't happen, you stop.
Well, I think that's why I like synthesizers, because, you know, if you're when I was recording music, I didn't have any training in music. I just putter about, and with a multi-track, you can just build it up slowly. So all I used to do was just putter about, and you can do that with a keyboard because it's fairly obvious where the keys are. You can quite quickly figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, it doesn't take a lot of skill to play a simple tune on a keyboard once you know what notes do which. But when you've got like a string instrument, like a guitar, it's like, no, you need to learn how to play the guitar first. You can't just
absolutely.
Whereas a keyboard, you just hit the keys. There you go.
It's one of those, I keep saying, I will do it. I will do it. And I never get round to doing it. And I get agitated with myself because I think it would be good for my dexterity.
Oh, yeah.
With me MS, where my hand-eye coordination sometimes is a bit off. Yeah. And I think that learning the guitar or being able to play it would help that.
Yeah. It's mostly muscle memory after a while. So
absolutely.
Is that father burping?
Yeah, sorry.
I keep feeling a disturbance in the force. And by force, I mean earpiece. So I always wanted just some sort of acoustic instrument. So whenever I got the urge to just sit there and twiddle along to like Amarok or like the Brandenburg Concerto, just plunk along on the thing. Just piddle along to it. And I went through guitars, I got a violin, I got a saxophone, I got a clarinet. I was rubbish at all of them. I realised playing a keyboard, I mean, playing a piano or something properly takes a lot of skill, but just playing a synthesizer where you can literally do one note at a time and build up a track on a multi-track, that doesn't require any skill. It takes 5 minutes to learn which note's which, and that's the beauty of it. Yeah,
I just would love that ability just to pick it up and play a tune, and for it to sound like the tune you're trying to play. You know?
Maybe a keyboard instrument will be better for you.
Yeah, it's
because it's less fiddly, less accurate.
Yeah.
I do get the urge sometimes. I do get the regret that I don't have any keyboards anymore.
Yeah. I can see me at some point paying for guitar lessons.
Yeah. Do it. I do sometimes have to fight the urge to just pick up a reasonably cheap old vintage analog synth and some way to record it and just manually record in the old style, not using sequencers or anything.
Yeah,
I never will, but I do get that urge sometimes. It's like being an ex-smoker, really wanting a fag. It's that kind of thing. But I said the F word, didn't I? That's going to kill your monetization now.
Oh, don't worry about it, man.
God damn it.
Don't worry about it.
Won't kill you. monetization, will it? Because
it's a trigger word.
No.
They might get the yellow dollar sign. You have to go back and say please review it, and they say actually yeah, it's fine.
Plenty of channels that use that word, mate, that are monetized.
Yeah, but you don't need. I think I've used the word before on a couple of videos, and they've all gone yellow.
You
have to approve it.
That's because you're a princess, though.
I'm a princess.
I got a copyright strike on the sound of running water, so anything can happen in my world, mate.
Yeah.
It's not a copyright. It's just a content trigger. You might get the yellow dollar sign where it says it may not be suitable for all advertising. You just say I think that's wrong, and they go yeah, it's fine. It's just because it picks up that word. So apologies.
Grown up words. Words. What'll be will be.
Yeah.
There you go. So that's that dude on there. Yeah, we've got Terminator on there as well. Ooh.
T1000 will definitely try to reacquire you there. I would.
Let's put a bit of that around the window frames because they're shinier than a diamond in the goat's ass.
That Necron's there and he's going, we're going to play a fun game. It's called Who is Your Squig and What Does He Do?
Yeah.
Oh, on that box of Gretchen you got, by the way?
Yes.
The one you couldn't pronounce was the Runt Herd.
Oh, was it? What did I call it?
You were like Runthard or something.
Rumford. That's
yeah. He's basically they're all Gretchen or Grots. And the Runt Herd is the orc that is in charge of them all.
So I got the pronunciation wrong then.
Oh dear Lord, slap me. Why did I come back?
I had it on my school report, mate. English. My English teacher put this child is unteachable.
English, quite possibly.
Yeah. Wasn't that I was disruptive. It's just my brain knows how it should be said, but my gob says it wrong anyway.
Your gob goes, you know what? Yeah, but we don't want you to change that, Cole, because that makes you who you are.
Oh, no. I am who I am. It's like I said when I first started YouTubing. You know, people hate how I speak. That's why I was reluctant to do it. But I can't change it.
But you know what? Just watch any video with everybody who has an accent and they're all fine.
Yeah.
Everybody has an accent.
Exactly.
Do you know what I was watching the other day? Well, you don't know and I can't remember, but over the last few days I've had occasion to watch various documentaries, and some of them are like from the 70s and 60s.
Yeah.
On various subjects, like BBC Horizon stuff and things like that.
Wicker's World.
No, not that, but yeah. I've got Alan Wicker in my head now.
I used to love a bit of Alan Wicker.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there's a rhyming slang joke in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, he used to say, "Get your Alan Wickers off."
Anyway, so I was watching. I've been watching like a few old Horizons and stuff, and various things like that. And if there's a few Sky at Nights and things, and it's that era when you would have people that did the proper received pronunciation and be like, well, of course you see the problem you have with this thing here. And a few of them were like on archaeology and stuff. And the one thing I've never noticed before, but that I spotted, and it drove me, I was like, oh, I can't watch this. I don't know if this is the way that you had to do it, but when you see these like people in the 50s and 40s and 60s talking with their received pronunciation, but they don't in any way move their top lip at all.
Yeah, it's like they've had Botox in their top lip, isn't it?
Yeah, so when they're talking, it's all the lower, and I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, how do you even, I even tried to I was like, can I actually do that? So I'm trying to, I'm like, I can't even talk And they're there going, one of them was an archaeologist, an Egyptologist, like, well, of course we excavated the site and then we found this artifact. And I'm like, oh, God, it looks like you've just got...
Yeah, but that's the old stiff upper lip brigade, isn't it?
I know, and it was so uncomfortable. So I was like, this is horrible to watch. How did the people in power get taken seriously if they talk like that? Horrible.
Claire's asking, is it hard to learn to play the violin? I think it's 4 strings in it, a violin.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, don't know, but there's bound to be someone YouTubing out there that can teach.
I started to learn.
Someone's given Claire a link to watch.
It's is it hard? I don't. So the problem, I couldn't learn for very long because I can't bend the ends of my fingers, so I couldn't do vibrato. Because when you do vibrato on violin by wobbling the end of your finger, I couldn't physically do that. So I only did a few lessons, unfortunately.
I got as far as Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on the violin and gave up.
Well, I think I did a few lessons and I got the beginners. Keeping in mind I can't read or write music, and I never have been able to, and I had no intention of learning that. So I had no idea about notation, so I was learning notation at the same time. And my tutor gave me this book of, like, baby's first violin crap. And and it was like, he said, try playing some of these. So the first thing was Beethoven's Ninth.
Yeah.
But the problem was I wasn't reading the music because I know Beethoven. You know the tune by that anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of guessing the tune. He's like, yeah, you kind of know it. I said, yeah, I know. But then there was other songs I didn't know, like some of the like folk songs and stuff. I didn't know what they were, so I had to read the music for that. So I can't really say because I had to learn the notation as well, and I didn't get very far, to be perfectly honest. So I don't think it's hard. It's not intuitive, the actual fingering of the strings. No,
Peter, the violin's getting the old bow right, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the funny thing.
A lot of people use it as a sword, don't they, when they first pick one up, and it's just gently rest it on, isn't it?
Well, the funny thing is, when I went for my first lesson, the first thing the teacher, he lived around the corner from me, the first thing he said was, right, what I want you to do is pick up the violin and put the bow on the string and just bow it back and forth. Doesn't matter what, don't have to worry about playing a note.
Yeah.
Just bow it back and forth. So I picked it up, I held it the way I think it was supposed to be held, and bowed it. He went, have you played violin before? I said, no. He said, you're holding it exactly perfectly correctly.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know, I watched Nigel Kennedy for a few years when I used to be into like the Four Seasons. He went, yeah, you're the first student I've ever had that's kind of come in with no experience and actually held it correctly.
Yeah, that's
most people grab it and go, It's like, no, you're doing it. I said, I've just watched other people doing it.
Yep. Spider
pig. Jinx. So I don't know if it'd be hard. I think if you've played guitar, you'll have some concept of. But the thing is, keep in mind, handy violin. There's no markings on the whatever that's called. On the
fretboard. Yeah.
On the fingerboard, the fretboard. There's no markings as to where the notes are.
No.
Like on a guitar, so it's more learning where the fingers go. So I don't think it'd be. I don't think if you can read and write music already, that's probably an advantage. But if not, keep in mind, of course, the beauty of things like violin is, for the most part, it's a one note at a time instrument. It's a monophonic instrument.
Oh right, yeah.
So it's not like a guitar where you've got to play complicated chords, although you can do chords on a violin. For the most part, you're simply doing one note at a time. You're just sometimes doing it really, 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 really fast. So.
Always sounds a bit sexy, doesn't it? A bit of the old violin.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it'd be easy to learn, but I don't think it'd be super complicated.
Especially when it's yellow.
I would say you can probably pick up a crappy but cheap violin to learn on, and just get a few lessons booked and see what you think.
Yeah.
You can probably spend, I mean, I bought a violin off somebody I knew for a tenner, so it was shit, but it was all right. It got me a lesson or two.
Yeah, my boy got drunk and bought one off eBay. Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, good boy.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
I'd say I wouldn't worry about it. It's like learning anything. It's going to take some effort. I'd just say do it. I'd say do it. Give it a go. What have you got to lose?
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, sell it.
There you go, Claire. Have a go.
Yeah. You'll never know until you try it. I mean, I got myself a saxophone thinking it'd probably be fairly easy because it's all obvious keys and stuff. It's like a keyboard the other way around. No, it was really hard.
It's for when he tells us his sob stories, Claire. She said, how does Fox have a mini violin at the bench?
That's my tiny violin. You know, when doing a sob story, like Colin or Mike telling us a sob story about someone, I can get my tiny violin out. I guess if you hadn't seen that at the start of the stream or last time I was on, it would be a little bizarre that I just happened to have a violin on the bench. Hang on, I mentioned violin and Fox just happens to have a violin on his workbench.
Yeah, world's smallest violin. We often get that, don't we?
Yeah, that's unfortunately it's not that tiny, but it's tinier than all your violins.
Fox isn't sympathetic to us, Dad, is he?
No.
You know, hurts. It really does hurt. But you know, he's not sympathetic at all.
No.
Do you know what's really bad? Over the last couple of years, hanging out with you guys, the last 3 or 4 years, because it's because all of us we take the mickey out of each other all the time. I started being like that with Mama Fox.
With you.
And I've not now. I mean, over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And at one point, I had to say to her, "Look, I hope you realise I'm not actually just mocking you. It's just this is how I am now." thanks to Festa and Dad and Cy Reynolds, mockery is the way forward. So if I mock you, I'm not mocking you, but I am.
Oh yeah.
This is how I am now. So the funny thing is, we've got this in joke where I might go downstairs, and Mama Fox might be sat on the sofa, and I'll just look in the room, and we'll just look at each other and go like that, give ourselves the V's. I'll be like, guess what? What? There you go. So when he was in hospital, the first time I went in, there's a nurse there by the bed, tending to her and stuff, checking whatever's, and I walked in and just went, "Hello, Mum." And then Mum did exactly the same thing, and the nurse was like, "I have no idea what I've just seen."
Yeah, awkward.
But if you don't know what that is, then yeah. Claire says, "Thanks everyone. I may just do it." You may as well. You can pick up a cheap violin for like less than £100. It won't be very good. It'll be a crappy cheap Chinese thing, but it'll be fine for your first few lessons.
Absolutely.
Yep. And the trick is when you hold the bow, you don't hold it like that.
No.
You hold it like.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I haven't got a full size bow. You hold it kind of like that, and you're doing that with your rig. You're holding it with these two fingers and the thumb.
Mm.
It's like that, and you're bowing back. You're not doing this with your whole arm. You're bowing back and forth, letting the bow.
Yeah. You're not trying to cut the violin in half. Yeah,
I can't really do it without an actual full size bow. But you basically it's between this finger and this thumb, and you're letting the bow do that.
Yeah.
You're letting it rotate freely. Basically, you'll figure it out. They'll teach you that anyway. But yeah, you can get probably a acceptable violin for £100 from a music shop. Do a few lessons. If you think it's great, if you're enjoying it, stick with it. If you think it sucks ass, I wouldn't like to try and learn it without somebody actually teaching me.
That's the thing, innit? Most people try to teach themselves an instrument, and that's where we go wrong.
Yeah, that's why I didn't get very far with saxophone, and I couldn't even assemble my clarinet.
Yeah, and that's where we all go wrong. It's like,
yeah. But the trick is, of course. Candygram says make sure to get some good bow rosin too. I especially like the hill, but rosin's the trick. The rosin you put on the bow is the trick. If you have crappy rosin, it'll just dry out instantly. It'll be terrible. The one other thing I would say is, for the love of dear God, get a mute, which just sits on top of the mute. There isn't one on here. There should be a thing under the strings there. I don't know, bridge under there, and the mute sits on top of that. It's like a little. You've got. Oh, does it? Yes, it is. You've got your bridge. The strings go over the bridge. They've made the wrong name, and the mute is just a little sort of clamp thing. It's like a little thing like that shape, and it goes over the bridge.
A bit like a cat on a guitar, isn't it?
Yeah, but it just sits over that and just pushes down, closes down a little bit on the strings and mutes them, because things with like saxophones and violins, they're not quiet. And if you want to learn to play and you're not living in a detached house out in the countryside, then your neighbour's going to hear screeching cats for months until you get good.
Another trick that works with that is either a 10-pound note folded through the strings like a weave, or a playing card.
Oh, that's another idea.
So you can mute the strings that way.
Yeah, because your neighbour is not going to want to listen to like Beethoven's Ninth Symphony and Au Clair de la Lune over and over and over again, played like a 5-year-old. Yeah. So the first thing I did when I got mine, I bought a mute straight away. But you know what? It's still goddamn loud. So you have to go in with the expectation you will be playing terrible, crappy folk tunes for the first few lessons.
Oh, yeah.
Beethoven's Ninth is actually surprisingly easy if you know the tune, because you can kind of you don't have to then try and read the music. You know what the next note coming up is, because most people know Beethoven's Ninth.
And Panzer said, "And Claire, don't move house anywhere near me."
Yeah, that's the one thing. That's the one thing you need to be able to like. It's the one downside of loud acoustic instruments. You're gonna play like a 6-year-old for the first few goes.
Oh, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, you don't instantly become like Nigel Kennedy the moment you start playing.
In our minds, we think we are, but in reality, we're not. Yeah.
All around my hut. What's that to you?
Mm.
Or as the Fast Show said, all around my arse.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever watched the YouTube video Bob Fleming's Folking Classics?
No.
Oh, Fox, you've got to Google it. Bob Fleming's
here.
Yeah, Bob Fleming's Folking Classics. Oh, mate, brilliant.
I will have to watch that. Yeah. I used to like the. I always get the names wrong, but the one which like the Adventure Time show, whatever it is, with it's not Bob Cooper, but it's like the Australian, where he has a guest each week.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about this is Clive Johnson. And
yeah.
He's going to tell us about the dreaded Bew Bew Goy Goy. Yeah. So Bob, I believe you saw the dreaded Bew Bew Goy Goy. You want to tell us about it? Oh yeah, mate. I was walking down the freeway.
It was like a rip-off of Steve Irwin in a way.
Yeah. But they were always really crap guests.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was walking down this dirt track, and it was there in front of me. It was the dreaded Bew Bew Goy Goy. Were you scared? I was terrified. So how did you know it was the Bew Bew Goy Goy? Well, I knew it was the Bew Bew Goy Goy because it was completely invisible. What? So did it like make a sound? No, it was the eerie silence. It made no sound at all, and it was invisible. Get off my show, mate. I'm not doing it justice, basically, but yeah. Oh, his guests were always crap.
Yeah. Competitive Dad used to always get me as well.
Oh yeah, Competitive Dad. That was such a good show, the Fast Show.
Oh, mate, it's brilliant.
It's the kind of thing that it would probably still work today, even though it was a bit of its time. It would probably still work a bit today because it was anarchic enough.
Oh yeah.
All around my
Apologies for the sniffles.
I love that song.
All around my arse.
Yeah.
Steve Ice Band, that's it. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, good God. I think there's actually in our spare room, our spare front bedroom, where all my stash is kept, somewhere on a dark shelf behind a curtain where the spiders live, is a Steel Ice Band cassette, I think.
Yeah.
Or is it Steely Dan? It's one of the two. Might be. I think it's Steel Ice Band.
Yeah, because they were out at the same time, weren't they? Steel Ice Band and Steely Dan.
And I remember, I vividly remember, we used to have a sun lounge at the back of the house where the patio is now. And on the wall of the Sun Lounge was not only an ELO poster of the day. These are vintage, by the way, because it was in the 70s. Not only an ELO poster, but next to it was a Steel Ice Band poster. Oh yeah, and then I think also a Fleetwood Mac poster.
I'm impressed. I am impressed.
Maddie Pryor, wasn't it? Her name was.
I don't know. This is my parents that listened to Steel Ice Band.
Yeah, it's Maddie Pryor, I think.
I inherited their love of ELO, but I didn't inherit the love of Steel Ice Band because I never heard it. So.
Plus, I'm older than you. I remember all that. You see.
Yeah, but you like your ELO as well, though, don't you, Dad?
I love it. I'll tell you. Oh, it's been belting out in here recently.
How's it?
You
Yeah.
burst into random ELO the other night, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
It's like me and Fox sung this all the way to Telford. It's like,
Yeah.
Dad didn't have a choice, but have you got Out of the Blue yet, Dad?
I've got it, yeah, and I also downloaded ELO Wembley 2020.
Do you know what?
2019.
Do you know what? I can't listen to. Do you know, like he redid a load of the old classics?
Yeah.
I can't listen to him, especially things like Mr. Blue Sky and stuff, because they're just too
modern.
dark and muddy, and it's all bassy, and it's not. I didn't like it. He redid. I think he redid Mr. Blue Sky, and it didn't work for me at all because it was all bassy and.
He has Richard Tandy comes on and plays keyboards for that one.
Yeah.
And that makes it.
No, but it was missing the because the thing about Out of the Blue is it was so bright and crisp. With the high frequencies on the strings, it was a bright, crisp and dry recording, crisp and dry. But the re-recording it was like a rock band doing it. It didn't really work for me. It was too heavy piano and deep bass, and I was like, no, it's not the same. It's not the same. Can't go back.
Yeah.
If I won many monies on the lottery, I would somehow do a complete cover version of the entire Out of the Blue album. I'd hire musicians.
Panzer said, Dad, next you'll be telling us you have a Wurzels album. I do indeed. I do have the Wurzels, and I also have another one, West Country group album called Shag Connor and the Carrot Crunchers.
Wait, is Wurzels, oh, you got a brand new convoy in our wrist? Is that the Wurzels?
Yeah.
And I'll give you the key. Bum, bum, bum. That's the only line anybody ever knows from that song. It's the only Wurzel song anyone knows apart from Dad, who knows them all.
And another one is, where be that blackbird too? I know where he be. He be up young Wurzel tree and I be after he. He sees he sees me, and I sees he, and he sees me. Buggered if I don't get him with a girt big stick, I'll knock him down. Blackbird, I'll have he.
When I have my memories of what have I got memories of? I've got memories of having a copy of The Brat, which was a silly record that was taking the mickey out of John McEnroe. It was a song, the ball's in, everyone can see that the ball was it. I think it got in the charts. And on the reverse side was, what was the song called? It was some weird little instrumental on the B side. And I had a record of Canvey Island Kings, which I think was a band that was at the Canvey Island holiday camp where I stayed once, many, many years ago when I was a kid. And I think they were called the Canvey Island Kings. I can't remember what the song was now. I've got memory of that for some reason. I had that record for some reason. Canvey Island Kings.
Yeah. Hugh saying, don't pay the ferryman. Yeah, it was Christopher, that.
Who wrote Lady in Red? Was that Christopher?
Christopher, yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I watched. Did either of you two watch the thing with Bob Mortimer and Thingy Whitehouse, Paul Whitehouse, where it was all about fishing?
Yeah.
Oh no.
But because they both had major heart surgery.
Yeah.
And it was those two were basically going fishing because they're friends in real life, Whitehouse and Bob Mortimer. And they were going fishing to various places around the UK, but they were talking about like how they were living and coping with like having had heart failure and bypass surgery and stuff, and they're basically talking about that and what it meant to them in their life. But it was also about having fun and fishing. It was a great series. I had no interest in fishing, but it was fun. But I'm pretty sure it was Chris de Burgh. They were in a pub, and Chris de Burgh came in. I think it was Chris de Burgh. Who's the one that did the song about like driving home for Christmas? Is that Chris?
Chris
Rea?
Chris
Rea. Is it Chris Rea?
Chris Rea. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Chris Rea.
Home for Christmas.
And that's it. And dear God, that man is a wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been through a lot. He'd been through a lot of bad times, but good God, because he'd had obviously medical issues as well. It was like, wow, he's not done well.
The last decade hasn't been kind, has it?
No, he was saying about how he's been doing. It was like, wow, that man is broken. That man's broken. Excuse me.
Yeah, Claire said, "Remember, you're a womble."
Remember, you're a womble. I can't sing too much because of copyright, but I do. I had that on record.
You Gordon said, "Fog on the Tyne, Linda's farm." Yeah, cracking.
Fog on the Tynes, all mine.
Eric's popped in from Twisted Rail saying, "Evening, everyone. Just popping in to say hi. Glad to see you back, Fox."
Hello, welcome. Thank you.
Hope you're okay, Eric. Hope oh God, Cassandra's okay as well. Home now.
There's nothing worse than getting halfway through a sentence and realising you've forgotten someone's name, is there?
Yeah.
Have you said that
pretty
before?
good with names normally.
Yeah, I know. I had a copy of Ernie, the Fastest Milkman in the West.
Oh, brilliant.
On single.
Class. Edward London said, "I used to be a projectionist in the 90s, and the old fart wanted to make me play all those old march band stuff, and I brought in some ELO tapes to play instead of not Van Halen. Every worker thanked me."
Yeah, good lad. ELO. Out of the Blue. The weird thing is, I only actually like 2 out of their albums. I like Out of the Blue and I adore Time. Other than that, I can take it or leave it. The stuff before Out of the Blue doesn't really work for me. It's a bit too.
Yeah.
But Out of the Blue, every single song on that album works for me. And Time is just genius. After Time, things like Balance of Power, garbage. Couldn't listen to it.
Eric saying Cassandra's doing better, still sore, but no more migraines. That's good, mate.
Oh, bless her.
Good.
Get well soon, Cass.
All right, big hugs.
Absolutely.
I'm not even on camera. Am I off camera? Look at.
You're not on camera now.
Me bits have moved because my spot's there, but I'm not there. I'm working here, aren't I?
It's all right, mate. I've been on and off camera all night, mate.
Je suis un tit.
I'm useless at it, mate. I'm always going off camera.
What's the camera?
Yeah, so what's one of them? You would think with such little bench space that I wouldn't be able to go off camera, but I do.
I didn't realise. I was reading last night. I didn't realise Jean-Michel Jarre is 72.
Yes.
Dear God, that man
Makes
looks
you
good.
feel old, doesn't it?
Well, he looks damn good for 72. Twat.
Yeah.
72, and yet his latest stuff has been very dancey, and he's still kind of pulling his weight in the club anthems world. Not to my
Fair play
liking,
to him, though.
Eh?
Fair play to the bloke at the end
God,
of the day.
Oh yeah.
My brother used to love his stuff.
Here's another one that I went off after towards the end of the 80s, early 90s. I went off his stuff. It got a bit meh.
Yeah, he used to have loads of his stuff. Forever was playing them.
Yeah, Ralph McTell, Streets of London.
Oh, Ralph McTell. Oh, dear Lord. All you need is a guitar and to go. Tickle on the tum.
Yeah. Get the spoons out.
So me and my friends actually had an ongoing joke because I remember once at school, secondary school, for some reason, I don't know why, some bloke came into school and there was some chud with a guitar that sang crappy folk songs about Manchester. I don't know who the hell he was. And they were absolute garbage. They were just like, it was like a poor man's version of Ralph and I think he was like, who's that Who's that singer that's proper Manchester and he sings lots of like politically active? It's like
Oh no, not Mike Arden.
No, he's all like proper like working men, poor men, Labour Party.
Oh yeah, the guy, not the guy out the beautiful South.
No, he's
Who was that one? Billy something, wasn't it?
Billy Bragg.
Billy Bragg.
Billy Bragg.
So yeah, this guy that came in, it wasn't Billy Bragg, but it was like a Billy Bragg wannabe, and he was singing songs about like cotton mills and northern pit, and it was like we were sat in this, and we were like, for some reason this was in a physics class. I don't quite know. I guess the teacher wanted a day off, and his mate had a guitar and sang folk songs, and it was like we're sat there. And his songs were so bad. But from that point on, because he was like a poor man's Ralph, he was like an Aldi Ralph McTell, but singing about like bleak northern pits and the Black Moors. And...
Oh, God.
So we had this ongoing joke that whenever there was a bad musician or something, me and my mates would just go, ding, 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 Alphabet Zoo, or whatever it was. We'd just be like poor man's Ralph McTell. Oh, I hate Ralph McTell.
I've never guessed.
Angus is saying that I'm still looking good for 94.
Aye.
Oh, that's nice though.
I feel 94 today.
Yeah.
Claire saying Zoolook was okay.
Oh, Zoolook, yeah. I like Zoolook.
And Panzer said, Dad, stop touching up the elderly ladies. I don't do that, Panzer. And I'll have you know.
I actually got, just as a little aside, talking of Zoolook, before I got rid of all my synths, in the last few years of my music, when I was doing music and stuff, I never had a Fairlight synthesizer, because of course I didn't. You just wouldn't have one. But they were still like $20,000 even in the late 80s. I never had a Fairlight synth, but in the mid 90s, I got an Akai S2000 sampler, and I got hold of a CD of all the Fairlight sample library, basically everything that ever came out for Fairlight. And if you don't know what a Fairlight is, this will mean nothing to you, and you'd be surprised how many of the actual samples and sounds on Zoolook were just default Fairlight library sound effects.
Rick Wakeman used the Fairlight.
Yep. Like there's one of the track called Woollamaloo on Zoolook, which starts with this kind of this brilliant kind of like deep drum sound with like a like Tibetan monks in the background going, oh, that's one single sound, and I had it and I used it on there's one track I did called Samo Dodo, which is in my public domain. It's on my channel, and you can download it from loads of different places. In the middle of Samo Dodo, the music stops and it cuts to like a city background noise, like traffic and stuff. Yeah, and there's two Fairlight sounds in there. One of them is that kind of sound, but at a higher pitch. It's like, and one of them is a voice that just goes bizarre. It's just a little girl that says bizarre, and they are two of the most classic Fairlight sounds. Anybody who doesn't know about synthesizers will have been bored shitless by that entire conversation.
Hugh Gordon said there's no such thing as crap music. C6 Steve can play a tune on the shoelace and shoebox. He is brilliant.
Oh,
seen him at Glastonbury, C6.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes it to a new level, doesn't it?
That's the classic tale of Boy Done Well, isn't it, that one?
Yeah.
Eric
three strings on an old guitar. So,
yeah, riding the rail cars. There is such a thing as bad music, but a lot of it comes from the 1980s, and you don't want to know about it.
No. Eric saying, as for me, just dealing with everything. Apparently, I don't deal with change very well, and just mentally drained this week. Yeah, it's a big upheaval, mate, when you get people moving with you when you've been living on your own for so long. We're talking about this in Messenger, and you'll get there, mate. Just take it a day at a time, and it's
not being uncomfortable with change is a normal thing for a lot of people. I hate change. I'm massively a creature of comfort, and I get all out of whack if something changes at the norm. It knackers me as well. So yeah, your response is normal. If
Can't handle change to me routine at all.
No,
terrible.
No, it's a normal response for a lot of people. So I wouldn't stress too much. You'll figure it out. It just takes time.
He goes on to say, then, why do I think Fox will do a remix of Airwolf? You got that in your head now, haven't you?
The thing about me is I was never taught to read and write music, so I couldn't read a musical staff now if you put it in front of me. But I taught myself to listen to a piece of music and break it down into its component parts, especially electronic music. So I could listen to a piece by Jar, for example, and break down all the individual sounds and notes, and I wouldn't get it 100% correct.
No.
But I could get it good enough that I could then record a cover version reasonably with whatever I had
you'd have
available.
It sounding like it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, or it sounds similar. I get the basics there. I did a cover of Magnetic Fields Part 1, and it was like, it wasn't perfect. But somehow, because what I used to do, I used to listen to the original all the time, and then when I did a cover version, I'd stop listening to it because I want to do it from memory, because then it'd have my own spin on it.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when I recorded the cover version of Magnetic Fields Part 1, I got the break in the middle, the chorus, I got the chords completely wrong. I don't know how I did it, but I just got the main chorus chords. I've been listening to it for like 10 years, and I totally got the chords wrong. But it still worked. Oh, it was all right. Dee. I was dead chuffed when I got the Fairlight sample library.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because one of the samples, like I said, was basically a little girl just saying bizarre, bizarre, like that. And it was the guy that invented the Fairlight, his daughter, said it into the microphone. And the reason it made me incredibly happy is because nobody will remember this, but on Channel 4 in the 80s, there was a short-lived animated series called Dick Spanner, who was a detective. It was like a stop motion thing. It was a really crap stop motion thing, and it was like a detective thing.
Yeah.
And for no reason at all, the episode would be going on, and suddenly this voice would go, bizarre! And they'd always he'd always be like, what is that noise? In the episode, the character would say that, and it was never answered. And then, like 10 years later, I get the Fairlight sound library. It's just a default Fairlight library sound. I'm like, okay, that's weird that they put that in there. Yeah. And referenced it in the episodes as well. I don't know why I remembered it. It's just like, it wasn't like I remembered much about Dick Spanner, but I have a strange memory for sounds. I've got the urge to record music now and I can't.
Eric's got to get back to work. Hope to catch up with you guys over the weekend. Take care,
Yeah,
Eric.
you mind how you go, Eric.
Have a good matey.
I was good to see you about, mate.
Yep. Be good. And if you can't be good, charge.
Yeah.
Fox and Colin, I'm going to have to go, I'm afraid. I've got quite a bit of pain at the moment, so I want to go and get some time.
Yeah. I mean, we'll only be on about another 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Right, I'll catch you two over the weekend at some stage.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Mind how you go, mate. Yeah.
Big hugs, Dad.
All right, take care. Bye.
Take care.
Take care, mate.
Bye-bye.
Bless
him.
Yeah, he's got a sore back. He might have overdone it. He's been doing a few chores.
Is that the Pelvatron? He's doing the what?
A few chores.
Oh, I thought you said the Future Wars. I'm like, well, what's this?
No.
You're playing Destiny again or something?
No, he's probably overdone it a little bit, bless him.
Yeah, he needs to remember that he's in his 80s now. It's not that easy.
Exactly.
You've got to learn to take it easy, Dad. You're an old man now.
He's stubborn.
He needs to drink more Complan, clearly.
Yeah. Can't get enough Complan, mate.
It's really nice.
See, I've developed a taste for Ovaltine. I don't know why.
I was never the big fan of Ovaltine. I probably would like it now, of course, but
yeah,
I think I probably need to acquire at least one sweater at first, one pullover.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I just picked up a can one day, or a jar of it, and I'm like, yeah, I could do with that. And yeah, there's been a jar in the cupboard ever since. It's like,
I wouldn't worry. It's when you suddenly get a liking for camp coffee that you have to start panicking.
see, my missus told me off the last time we was out shopping because I was staring, apparently knowingly, at a packet of Werther's Original.
That's bad. That's not a good sign.
It isn't, is it, mate?
No, that's really not a good sign.
And she come and got me, and she went, "Come on." I went, "What?" She said, "You've been loitering around them Werther's a bit too long."
You should never you should never feel an urge for a food that you can get money off vouchers in the Daily Mail.
Yeah.
For.
She said, "I'm going to have to start buying you beige." Yeah, I'm on my way, love.
Have you got a tank top?
No.
Like in dark blue but with the white stripe on the V-neck.
No.
Was that a bit? Was that a bit too much knowing? Was that too much information there? Did I give something away then?
Yeah, I think you might want to explain this a bit more, mate.
That's a flashback to my childhood. That.
Yeah, I was going to say I had the tank top when I was a kid, and I had the roll neck jumper where it was light tan for the roll neck and dark tan for the jumper.
Oh dear Christ! No. Oh, that doesn't sound.
And it was like
at all.
It was like wearing a V-neck and a roll neck in one. So, yeah, it was. Yeah.
That doesn't sound good at all.
But don't forget, I did have a mullet as well. So.
Yeah, you've got no saving graces for them too. I finished another guy.
Oh, good.
I finished
good
the
man.
biologist.
Might be proud of you, mate.
Yeah.
And you notice how we've just kept you talking to take your mind off of things, and you've been beavering away at the bench.
I know.
Distraction tactics have worked, mate.
Fascists.
Our plan came to fruition, mate.
as I planned.
Absolutely.
Now, here's a question. Have you got Disney Plus?
No, I haven't, mate.
Has anyone in the chat been watching or watched the first of the Marvel's What If series? Because I've always all my life I've never ever had a thing for Marvel comics at all. I found them childish and pointless.
Yeah.
I don't do superheroes and that kind of nonsense. No interest in that kind of nonsense. But I watched all the Marvel MCU movies like a couple of years ago. Right. I binge watched them, and I thought they were the best thing ever. So although I've got no interest in the comic books, I love the movies. I love the MCU.
Yeah.
And I had occasion the other day to watch the first of the new animated series, the What If series. And I've got to tell you, it was great.
Really?
It was great. It was what if Steve Rogers didn't get the serum to become Captain America, but instead it was Captain Carter that got the serum. So she became like Captain Britain. She had like, the shield had a Union Jack flag on it and stuff. And it's just
mint. Yeah.
But it's beautifully animated. It's amazing. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was really, really good.
I keep getting my mobile phone provider offering me Disney Plus for free for a trial, so I might have to take them up on it then.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't going to do it because I can't stand Disney. I despise Disney with a vengeance. I can't be doing with childish nonsense.
Yeah.
But then they got all the Marvel stuff, and I'm like, I can't really afford it. But then Paul Stewart, bless him, gifted me a year of Disney Plus.
Oh, that's nice of him.
Yeah. So I'm like, I can now binge watch all the Marvel stuff. So I binge watched again all the movies. I've watched most of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Which I've got to say, I love it. But I've never watched something that's been such hard work to watch.
Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it?
It's purely because the stories are so, I don't know. It's the kind of every time. No. It's more like every time something happened, I'd be like, oh, they're going to do this kind of trope, and I don't want to watch that. But then they'd subvert it and go a different way, and I'd be like, okay. But
am I right in thinking that's the one where they fly everywhere in that rather oversized plane?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But it's more like there's so many twists and turns, and like, this is the whole trope about having the imposter that, and it's hard work to watch. Like something you can just, some things you can just sit down and veg in front of. And some things you can sit down and just like have a good laugh, like the movies. But this is actually hard work to watch it. And after watching 2 or 3 episodes, you feel tired. But I liked it. I liked it. I love Phil Coulson. I love the character.
Yeah.
The first few episodes I didn't like it, but it grew on me. So. But yeah, that's good. So I've binged up most of that. I've not finished it yet though. Binged most of that.
Oh, you've got to have a good binge watch, mate.
Yeah, I've obviously been watching all the. I watched the Clone Wars again. Paul actually gifted it to me so I could watch the Clone Wars in 1080p. Which is nice.
Sweet.
Because I've been watching the Clone Wars on slightly illegal sites at like 240p resolution. So.
Yeah, not the way to watch it, mate, is it? Yeah.
So I've binge watched that. I've got to go through Rebels again. I've been watching the Bad Batch, but yeah, no, the animated one last night was great. Edward says, Fox, how is the Microsoft Flight Sim? Lol. I've no idea. I've not got it. My HOTAS sticks that I use for Elite are dead, so I have no stick throttle and stick setup.
Are they mocking you? Are they?
I don't know. I still need to see the last Bad Batch. I love that. Bad Batch is good. I'll have to watch that. I saw it when I went to watch Bad Batch, says William. I have it, but I don't watch it. Lol, says Edward. Oh, you should watch it. Like I say, all the MCU stuff. It's great.
Yeah. I must admit, I need to do more binge watching of DS9. I still haven't done it.
See, Hugh Gordon's showing his age now. He's saying the herbs. Now there's the thing. With Parsley the Lion. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. If I remember rightly, didn't Parsley have like a really red shiny nose that looked like a big blob of jam? That's my abiding memory of Parsley the Lion.
I think so. That does ring a bell.
Like a teardrop shaped, bit like Blood Angels, teardrop shaped nose that looked shiny like it was a drop of jam. But I was really, I mean, I was like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or something when that was the herbs. Edward says you can use your controller. It's not as fun, but it works. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play a flight sim with I'd need to do it with my HOTAS, I think. I don't really want to drop 70 quid on it though and try on a controller. No. If I get, I need to get a new Thrustmaster HOTAS, but unfortunately, when I bought mine, it was 70 quid. But for some reason, now the same HOTAS is like 180 quid. I'm not paying that for it. It's not that good a HOTAS. It breaks really easily. The pots on it are crap. You'll get about a year out of it. So, yeah, I'm not gonna really fuss too much about that. Dan Kramer says Mandalorian, of course, is on Disney as well. That's true.
Good show.
That is awesome. And don't forget, of course, there'll be the Boba Fett. The book of Boba Fett will be coming out at some point.
Yeah, that's a point, because now things are beginning to pick up again, aren't they? So shows should start getting made again.
Well, the book of Boba Fett, I think, is in production. There's also Obi-Wan, which is in production. That hopefully will be good. There's a lot of stuff coming. I might have to take the plunge and renew it myself when it comes up to the year. I think possibly. See,
I don't know how much a month it is.
It's like 50 quid a year, I think, or something.
Ain't
but
bad.
The big problem for me is the Star Trek stuff, because it's not like there's one place you can subscribe. Not that I can afford to subscribe to anyway. But it's like it's all spread out. Like Picard and Lower Decks are on Amazon.
Yeah.
But you've got the new pre-original series with Captain Pike coming out.
Yeah.
And nobody knows where that's going to be in the UK. That might be on Sky. That's no use to me. And then you've got the new kids series, the Prodigy one, which actually looks quite good.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what that'll be on. That might be on Netflix, which I haven't got. So it's like, I've got Amazon Prime. So I have to hope all the Star Trek stuff comes out on Amazon Prime, otherwise I'm screwed.
Yeah, I've got Amazon Prime and the Virgin Media package, but...
Yeah. I don't watch telly, so I've just got...
No, I tend to binge watch box sets or YouTube.
Yeah, it's YouTube pretty much. YouTube or Daily Motion sometime for like documentaries and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
most of my viewing.
Yeah, and if it's official stuff, it's iPlayer or Amazon Prime.
Yeah. You know, the motorcycle racing, obviously, but that's about it, really.
Hugh says, I've never watched The Mandalorian. I've seen it listed, but not really a sci-fi kind of guy. It's not so. The thing with The Mandalorian is, it's more of a spaghetti western.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. So it's steeped in Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars, and it's steeped in Star Wars lore. So if you don't know Star Wars, you might not get a lot of it. But it's more just of a spaghetti western.
Yeah.
So if you're partial to the old Clint Eastwood, Man with No Name, Fistful of Dollars, to what is it, A Mule for Sister Sarah? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Then you know,
it's really well done. I must admit.
It's kind of the most spaghetti western you'll ever see. It's kind of bizarre. The only thing it's missing is the bit where you got like the shots of people's eyes with the strip of light in the Mexican standoff.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's missing.
Yeah, no, I must admit, I mean, I'm not a Star Wars nut, not by a long shot. And I did enjoy The Mandalorian, I must admit.
No, it's...
Because it was done so differently than the normal Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, it's almost not Star Wars. You could take the Star Wars elements out of it and it would still be great.
Yeah.
Dan Kramer says, I'm excited about the next season of Lower Decks. I've seen the first episode today. It's really good. It's really good. Edward Dennis says, I'm still setting up my inputs because I'm old. Somebody asked me what I thought about Loki. Who was that?
Oh, that's the one out of Marvel, wasn't it?
Yeah, Dan Kramer, what's your take on Loki? I actually really enjoyed it. It was...
Yeah, I need a bloke out of Thor.
Yeah.
The dark
Loki's Thor's brother, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was really nice. I loved the retro 70s feel to it. I thought it was a bit empty. It was a bit thin, I think. But it wasn't meant to be like some overarching complicated thing. It was a nice character piece. But I love the way it's kind of set up the coming of the multiverse. Which then ties into the What If series, which is the Watcher introducing these stories about the multiverse. And then all the next movies. So, yeah, I quite like that. I did enjoy Loki. I mean, how can you not like Alligator Loki? Come on, just shut up.
I haven't seen it.
And, you know, it had Throg in it as well, which is Thor turned into a frog. Throg. Or was it Thorg? No, it's Throg, I think. See, I don't know much about Marvel because I don't read the comics, but I can pick up what I need to pick up as I go along. That was good. I think Howard the Duck was it? No, that was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, you think of it, relaunching that franchise, bloody hell, they've done well.
Oh God, yeah. Well, and you think the first ones that came out with the crappy Spider-Man and Hulk films, and then they're like, you know what? Let's not do that again. Let's actually make some not shit stuff. And then it just took off. I think they started hitting on it when they did Iron Man with Downey Jr.
Oh yeah. Because he played Tony Stark to death, didn't he? You know,
I mean? I think it's when they just started not taking it quite so seriously.
Yeah,
with like starting with the Iron Man, I think.
Yeah,
getting Downey Jr. to play Iron Man with his kind of way of playing it, which is kind of a
he's self-berating, isn't it? You know,
slightly rakish way of his character. I think that just became the norm then.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, he has put a certain touch on it, hasn't he?
Yeah, a slightly irreverent style the way he acts, which kind of I think that informed the rest of it. Excuse me. Claire says, I gave up on the TV license. I just put the money towards streaming now. I think you still need a TV license if you use the BBC iPlayer.
Yeah.
Even on computer. When I got my Series X and loaded in the iPlayer, it's like, do you have a TV license? Yes, thank you.
Yeah. If you try to log on to it and you haven't got a license, it lets you know, doesn't it?
Yeah. I think if you're streaming from anywhere else, it's fine. It's just if you try to use the iPlayer.
But I mean, so many people are doing that now. They're going, no, I've had enough of paying the license. I mean, when's the last time? Well, I can't remember. Last time I watched BBC for anything.
Mm.
Yeah, no, but we're all paying it.
Yeah.
I think they should make it a subscription service like every other channel.
Well, I mean, see, I don't have a problem with the TV license fee because it means that we don't have to suffer fucking adverts on the BBC. Thank fuck.
Yeah.
Because I sat down the other day with Mama Fox this week and last week and watched the 2 episodes of Lucan on ITV3.
Yeah.
Because she wanted to watch it. I thought, well, I'll watch it with her, and it's, you know, sit down and watch it with her. And that was good. But the thing is, because I'm so used to watching stuff online that I'd forgotten what it's like to get adverts every 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, it drives you nuts.
And it's like, oh god, the same goddamn adverts. So to not have to sit and suffer through adverts is nice, given the fact that a lot of what's on BBC is crap. Yes, it is. A lot of it is crap. Yeah. But when it comes to like documentaries and science stuff and factual programming, everyone else is absolute ass magnets.
Yeah.
I would much rather watch a BBC science documentary than some drivel made on Channel 5 or Channel 4. They just can't do it. Like factual programming, those channels cannot do it.
I mean, if you're into your David Attenborough and stuff, then yeah, but...
Well, yeah, I mean, I like science, and I like technology, and I like factual programming, so history and science and all that kind of stuff. Your other channels just can't do it. Americans can't do serious documentaries for money. They just can't. Or not many of them. There are very few American documentary series I would even sit and watch for more than 5 minutes. ITV can't make documentaries full stop. They're just garbage. Channel 4 can occasionally, but Channel 4 gets stuck in the world's fattest woman or all that kind of crap. It's reality.
Yeah, I mean, what's that all about? You know,
yeah, and it's
just who's got the biggest zit on their arse. It's like, great.
So I have no problem paying a license fee because I know that although a lot of stuff on BBC is garbage, there's also a lot of good stuff that no one else can do. And if it means you don't have to sit through adverts. When we were watching Lucan, it was like every 15 minutes you get 5 minutes of adverts on ITV3. And it's an hour and 20 minutes long. So it gets to 10 o'clock and it says, at 20 past 10, it's the 10 o'clock news, the 10, whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's an hour and 20 minutes long each episode. So then at 10 o'clock they show an advert. And then it goes from 10 o'clock to 10:15 when they show some adverts. And then when they finish, you get 3 minutes of Lucan and then it finishes.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, you've put an advert with 3 minutes after the advert? You're just taking the piss.
That's just totally pointless, isn't it?
Yeah, and it made me realise how much I actually treasure the content that I enjoy on the BBC. I mean, I hate the fact there's all the phone-in celebrity bullshit.
Yeah.
And I hate that. That's all dross, but that's offset by the good stuff that they do. If I want to watch, historical documentaries or science documentaries or anything like that, it's the BBC. Forget your National Geographic, that's drivel. Discovery, garbage. All that kind of stuff is nonsense. Oh, I can't stand it.
Yeah, that's all gone downhill now, isn't it?
Yeah. I've just sat and watched today actually. A series with Mary Beard called Meet the Romans, which I've seen a few times before, and that's really good. That's BBC. Just nobody does proper programming like the BBC, so I think it's worth it. I think it's
Discovery now. It's all right if you want to sit and watch sharks for a week, but that's about it.
Yeah, but if that means that they don't then have adverts, then I'm all for that. Yeah. Absolutely all for that.
Again, on me satellite package, the only thing I'd normally watch is my motorcycle racing, so I could probably stream that online and do away with all of that.
Yeah. Lynn Dipple says Cosmos. Yes, Cosmos. Carl Sagan's Cosmos is probably the best science factual programming ever made. That's what I'm saying, with a few exceptions. Most American factual programming is not very good. But Cosmos is, I've got it on DVD. It's just, Cosmos is my favourite of all. I mean, I adore Carl Sagan and I adore Cosmos. I wasn't that keen on Neil deGrasse Tyson's. It was all right, but it wasn't.
I can remember getting bought the book on the series when I was a kid.
Yep, got that downstairs.
And it was like, Cosmos. Oh,
yeah.
I must give that a watch again.
I've got it on DVD. It's just, you can't beat it. The Earth is the shore of the cosmic ocean. Recently, we've waded out a little way, and the water seems inviting.
Is he
So
still
many good
with us,
quotes.
Carl Sagan, or is he sadly gone?
He died in 1996, I think. He had cancer.
Yeah.
If you wish to make an apple pie, you must first invent the universe. Those were the opening lines of Cosmos, and that's the best opening line for any documentary series ever made. If you wish to make it, and he explains why you have to invent the universe to make an apple pie. It's just, it's fantastic. Nobody did science communication like Carl Sagan.
No, Stephen Hawking tried it, didn't he, with his universe thing that he did, didn't he?
Yeah, a book there. That was just a book there, but
it didn't quite have the same effect, did it?
Well, the thing with Carl Sagan is he's just such a personable presenter.
Yeah.
Panzer Koenig says, time for me to head back. Catch some of you over the weekend. Either chatter on the Hangout. Take care, folks.
Yeah, catch you later, Panzer. We'll be coming off at 3 anyway, so...
Yeah. Hugh Gordon says BBC backdoor tax. Yeah, but if you didn't have a license fee, they'd have to have adverts, and then you'd be having crappy adverts every 10 minutes for over 50s cruises and orthopedic chairs and all that kind of dross. I'd much rather not have adverts. And that's the thing with watching stuff online. It makes you forget how bad adverts actually are. You get used to not having it. And nothing frustrates me more than going on to something like the Channel 4 version of the iPlayer, like the Channel 4 catch-up TV online, and you still get adverts.
Yeah.
It's like, oh God, you're showing me adverts online. Forget it. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch whatever it was. I'm not going to sit through an advert.
I get it a lot where people message me going, oh, there's so many adverts on your content. And well, we get no choice in there.
No.
At the end of the day, YouTube now put adverts on non-monetized content as well.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, at the end of the day with YouTube, the simple equation is, like, for example, I've had it where people say, why have you got adverts on your videos? Well, I could take the adverts off, then I wouldn't make any videos because I'd have to go and get a job.
Mm.
So you either want my content and you put up with an advert, or you don't get content from me. We're not like television stations where we get paid money to make these things. The adverts are what make us our income. That's why we do it.
Yeah.
So YouTube's a bit different, and I think, yeah, it's not quite the same. So it's not like adverts on ITV mean that ITV can make programs, whereas adverts on YouTube means the person making the video actually gets a bit of income from it. So
yeah.
I watched a 12-minute video on YouTube that had 7 commercials in it. Creator said YouTube put them in. Yeah, they have started doing that a little bit.
Yeah.
Apple pie requires apples, says Edward.
Well, this is it. I mean, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, Claire says, Tomorrow's World, Top of the Pops, James Burke's Connections are all good. I actually rewatched all of the original Connections series about a year ago, and it is good. It's so good. James Burke's presentation style is brilliant.
James Burke, bloody hell,
he was such a break from the stead and stiff presenter, because he just used slang phrases and be all relaxed.
Well, he was down to earth when he was the Phil Harding of science.
Oh, yeah. But the funny thing is, the one thing you pick up on really quickly is how he does the walking and talking thing to camera, but he's also looking down a lot. And you just wonder if there's a card behind the camera with like the bullet points on it.
Yeah.
To remind him what he's saying. Because he always does that. He does a few and then he looks down and then does the, and it's like, are you reading off a prompt card?
Probably like Festa. Probably like me. He's got a load of post-it notes.
Mm.
I do. I tend to have post-it notes when I film now because I just have a couple of punchy sort of bullet points almost, so that I don't lose my train of thought when I'm doing my voiceovers. So.
Yeah. Candy Graham says James Burke Connections was fantastic. He spoke at the college I went to, and for some forgotten reason, I wasn't able to attend. I did watch Connections 2, the second series, and that was 1980s, and it wasn't as good. Wasn't quite as good.
can remember Magnus Pike and Johnny Ball.
Oh God, Johnny Ball.
Think of a number.
Think of a number. I almost had the tune in my head then. I did. Oh, I've got it now. Yeah, I remember it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it now, you bastard. Me and theme tunes, it says curse.
You got an earworm now, mate. That's it now. No sleep for Fox.
Excuse me.
He'll be messaging me tomorrow. Go, you get all night long. I laid there humming that tune.
I'll just message you all night long.
You know what I'm like. I'll reply anyway. You know what I'm like.
Candygram mentioned something that I'd actually thought about the other day. He says James Burke did the best timed take ever, and it's true. There's one. If you've never watched Connections, basically, it was a bit like Cosmos, but he looked at. He'd start off at a certain period in history, and go from the invention of X all the way through hundreds of years, and how that led to this, and that led to this, and that led to this, and at the end of it, you've got like plasma TVs, whatever. And it was all about the connections between them. And he did the walk and talk to camera bit, and you'd have him talking to camera, and then it would cut to a scene of maybe an actor playing the part of whoever, and other things, and he'd be telling stuff. And there's one bit where he started off like with the invention of the quernstone for making grain, and at the end of it, he's talking about like the first Apollo. The first, manned space rocket. He'd do that, and he has this bit where he stands there, and he's wrapping up the show, and he says, "So we started off with the invention of the compass in 1438, and then he gives a quick run through of all the stuff they've talked about, and it's about 2.5 minutes he talks to camera, and behind him there's like a rocket on a launch pad, like about 5 miles away."
Yeah.
And he goes, blah, 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 this leads to that, and this leads to that. And then, of course, that's how we end up with this. And he just says this. And the moment he says that, the rocket launches.
Yeah.
And he says, we end up with this. And it goes boom, and you hear it launch, and the rocket just takes off. And it's like, that was a one-time take, and he managed to time it. And he's got no way to know when it's about to launch. He might have a countdown. He might have a countdown visible, but he's got to talk about all his script and get it out of the way. And literally the moment he said this, or whatever it was he said.
Yeah, and boom, up it goes.
Yeah, it's like the most perfect timing ever. And I remember I watched an interview he did about it, and somebody said about that, and he said, I would, if I hadn't got that take right that first time, that wouldn't have worked at all, and the whole thing would have been ruined. He said it was mostly fluke, but also a lot of praying.
Oh, bless him.
Because I remember when I watched it, it was like, wow, you couldn't, if you didn't know, you'd think it was all faked, and it wasn't.
No, he was good, mate. Much better than Tomorrow's World lot.
Oh yeah. Hugh Gordon says The Sky at Night. Oh, I love The Sky at Night.
Yeah.
I've got that in my head now.
Do you remember that? Hal?
That was great. That was ITV, I think. Was
Fred Dinage, Jack Hargreaves, wasn't it?
God, yeah, Jack Hargreaves.
Out of Town, Jack Hargreaves in his shed. Legend.
I remember watching. Remember that series that Bob Symes did about model making? In the 70s. It wasn't a very long-lived series. And I actually watched an episode the other day, and it starts off right. You see this like bit of the British countryside, and there's a stately home.
Yeah.
And the camera's panning across all these trees and a big grassy area, and this helicopter comes in and lands. And it looks, you don't think anything of it until you realise, like Bob Symes kind of like walks from the backside of the helicopter.
Yeah.
And then you realise he's being green screened onto it, whatever the equivalent was at the time, because it's a remote control helicopter and it's like a quarter size.
Yeah.
But the way they filmed it, it looks like an actual helicopter. And it's just great. And he's there with his little Edwardian beard and his moustache.
Yeah.
And his big cheesy grin.
Again, brilliant presenter. It's like Wilf Lund, wasn't it?
Oh God,
mad scientist.
He's still going, you know.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Wilf Lund's still going. Tim Hunkin's still going.
Vision On, wasn't it, Wilf Lund?
He was on. I think he did some stuff with Take Heart with Tony Hart for a while, and Vision On.
Yeah.
And he did all his own stuff as well.
God, he must be getting on now then.
I think he's still going.
Bloody hell. Fair play.
Yeah.
Can have a spider pig for that.
Two spider pigs.
Have another one, mate. Double whammy now, mate. Don't know what to do with yourself, do you?
No. Claire says Pipkins with Hartley hair never was a children's TV program filled with so many adult themes.
I know
Pipkins.
that Pipkin, that Hartley hair was a bit ropey, wasn't he?
I mean, apart from the fact he was like the gayest character ever. This is in the 1970s. There was also so many adult themes like jealousy. He was neurotic.
Yeah.
He was possessive. He was manipulative. He was not a very nice character.
Yeah.
He was a bully, and it's like so many adult things. If you read up on it now and watch it back, you wouldn't have picked up on any of that when you were a kid. But you watch it; it's hard to watch now. I tried watching a few episodes. It's like I can't watch because it's dark AF. It's like psychological torture.
Claire saying Roy Castle, record breakers. Is it true he could play any instrument? Yes, he could. Another person that can play pretty much every instrument, Bill Bailey, isn't it? The comedian.
Excuse me. Oh, I love Bill Bailey to bits.
But yeah, I can remember Roy Castle putting a trumpet mouthpiece on a bedstead and playing it.
Oh God, yeah.
Record breaks. Norris and Ross McWhirter, wasn't it?
Oh God, yeah. Record breakers.
Ross McWhirter got blown up, didn't he? By the
Norris McWhirter, wasn't it? Was there?
Yeah. So
because he was the Guinness record official type.
That's
Norris
right.
McWhirter.
Yeah.
I was going to say something. Edward Leonard says, nothing like going to Kennedy in the US and waiting for a launch and then it got cancelled because of garbage not being evacuated. Yeah, my last chance. So disappointing. Oh no.
Wilf Lund must be getting on now, didn't he?
Yeah, Wilf Lund, good God. Yeah, Tim Hunkin's still going. He's got his own YouTube channel now.
Is he?
Yeah, remember he used to do like the Secret Life of Washing Machines and the Secret Life of on Channel 4. He was this very nervous-looking kind of British engineer. Yeah, he's still going. Yeah. He's got his own YouTube. He's like making new Secret Life of programs, but on his YouTube channel. And he's still just as nervous and still such a bad presenter, but lovably British. So.
Yeah, I love the sort of slightly, offbeat professor types,
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like him and Wilf Lund, they're kind of the same. They were mad inventors.
Yeah.
Both of them make, like, automata and things like that.
Yeah, that was it. That's what I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. Automata.
Yeah.
Auto tomatoes.
Weird little machines and that. It's like, yeah, I so want to make them.
Yeah. God, yeah, Wilf Lund.
There's good traditional British telly.
There's somebody else in there, Mike somebody or other, who used to do that kind of thing. But he also did a lot of sort of silly folky type music. But I can't remember what his name was now. Oh. I've still got the music for Think of a Number in my head.
Oh, it's going to so be bugging you when you try to get to sleep later. You're going to be going, I'm going to kill him. I've got to kill him.
Yeah, stuck in my head. That 1970s pop trumpet type sound. Twat.
Yeah, never goes, does it, mate?
Slightly.
See, normally it's the other way round. Normally you get an earworm and shove it in my head. So it's nice to finally.
Well, the thing is, I do have various anti-earworm material that I can bring into play. If absolutely desperate, I can unleash the Spanish flea, because I have had many years' experience in which I've learned to control the Spanish flea to my own ends. Whereas most people, if they get the Spanish flea, that's it, they're knackered for a week.
Yeah,
I've learned to control it over many years. I've learned to control Spanish flea to my own needs, and it will wipe out any earworm. but you have to be able to control it, otherwise you'll just earworm yourself.
Yeah, I tend to, as soon as my head hits the pillar, earworm. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Why now?
Well, you know what's even worse though is when you get not an earworm but like a phrase that sticks in your head. Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
Just like a phrase, and it just won't go away, and you're like, it just sticks in your head. I don't know what you call that because it's not a sound.
You'll lay there and you think of a catchphrase, and then you're spending hours laying there thinking, now, who was it who used to say that? And
God, yeah.
Really? Why on earth did that just burst into my brain?
Yeah, your brain remembers half of something and then decides to sit there and think about it. It's like, you're supposed to be going to sleep, you git.
And then I'll just get my phone out and Google it. That's it then. That's how I ended up on Forge World. No idea. Something
that's my
crept into
fault.
my head, and then I thought, yeah.
Johnny says, I've only watched a few British TV shows. If you watch them abroad, they're probably not good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
Candygram says he was lucky to live close to the Canadian border so he could watch BBC and ITV television shows.
Yeah, I suppose you're picking up good and strong.
Bizarrely, when we were growing up, we got to watch a lot of Film Board of Canada things. We got a lot of Canadian.
Right, yeah.
Because there was the Film Board, there was the Children's Film Foundation, which was the UK, and then we used to get a lot of Film Board of Canada.
Yeah.
Things. Don't know
That
what, in the
was it.
70s. And also, Channel 4 did a lot of Polish cartoons.
Yeah, that was a point. Why was that? Well, I suppose it was cheap for getting the TV rights.
We got all the weird Eastern European cartoons on Channel 4, and BBC 2 for a while did them as well.
Yeah. With the
Very
bad
weird.
voiceovers and yeah.
Oh no, Channel 4 you didn't get anything. You just got whatever it was in Polish or whatever.
Channel 4's got a lot to answer for, innit?
Yeah. Do you remember the red triangle thing that went for a while?
Yeah.
It's like to try and help stop kids watching porn films. We're going to actually tell you when we're going to show a slightly graphic film.
Yeah, what would happen? The kids would go running downstairs because they knew porn was on the telly.
Yeah. If you didn't grow up in the 80s or if you weren't in the UK, one of the channels, Channel 4, they were a bit racy, and they decided they want television standards at the time were quite strict. Like, there wasn't a lot of rudeness on the telly with the nudity and the sexies and things.
Well, we had Mary Whitehouse was still alive, wasn't
Yeah.
she? She was an avid campaigner on. You shouldn't show ankles on TV. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, really?
So for like the normal one, channels 1, 2, and 3, BBC 1 and 2, and ITV, you didn't really get a lot of smut. There wasn't a lot of grown-up content. You might occasionally see a boob or a butt on something late at night in a drama, but that'd be about it. The occasional swear word after that, but there wasn't a lot. But Channel 4 was like the young new channel, so they were like, we're going to show, like, oh god, Blue Lagoon, and I can't think of like Emmanuel films and stuff. So anything that was like really not porn, but like films with slightly more mature content that you might see on the continent, but not really on British television.
Yeah.
So they were known for showing that, and a bit more the comedy stuff was a bit more brash, and they were
something for the grown-ups.
Yeah. But they went through this phase of saying, right, we're going to start showing films that are a bit more rude. Not porn, but not far off. It's like real gentle kind of gentle by today's standards. It's what you'd see in any TV series anyway. But there might be like 1 30-second little suggestive scene in this movie. Things like what was it? Blue Lagoon one. It was one of the ones they did. Yeah. But they said what we'll do is we'll actually put a red triangle in the corner of the screen so that as a responsible parent, that this is not something your kids should be watching at 1:30 in the morning, or 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, that was the irony of it, wasn't it? Oh, he's gone. That was the irony of that. Was the fact that you wouldn't have had your kids up that time of night anyway. There you go. God, that wasn't too bad for you. Normally,
it wasn't too bad. Got a long run at that.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, so they put this little red triangle in the corner of the screen, and they used to mark it in the TV program magazines as well, the red triangle film. So the parents could make a decision as to whether they wanted their little darlings to watch, Blue Lagoon or Emmanuel 1 or whatever. It wasn't anything like that. But the problem was, all it said to all the horny teenage boys out there was, you need to make sure that on that night, you need to go to bed early, but put your headphones in your TV so your parents don't hear when you're watching the rude films. There you go. So yeah, it didn't quite. I don't think it lasted more than about a year.
Absolutely. Claire's off. She's going to bed. She said it's really nice. She's thoroughly enjoyed herself with a nice chat. It's helped cheer her up. Thanks, everyone. Some nice, kind people on here tonight. It's always a pleasure to see you, Claire, and you know you're most welcome in the 24/7 hangout, darling, and we look forward to seeing you in there.
Yeah, take care,
Always
Claire.
a
Thank
pleasure.
you for coming in.
Take care.
One of my lights wasn't on. I wonder why it was a bit dull and dark. Idiot.
Yeah, I must admit, I did install some new lighting out here, loads of boom arms now with lights of goodness on.
Well, thank you to all the kindness of the people that helped me on my GoFundMe. I got myself a couple extra of those Viltrox lights. So
yeah,
I was using
good for you, mate.
couple of my lights were old posable ones, but they were all right, but they weren't great. So I've got 4 Viltrox now. Now the only problem is the Viltrox ones, they don't come far as forward as the other ones I had. But I can move them around and reposition them on the desk and put them wherever I want. So
yeah, I had mine come in from the sides. They do make a difference.
Well, did you get the Viltroxes or?
No, I've got a couple of Newers at the moment.
Oh
mate.
yeah, nice.
But they do the job.
Yeah, so I've got 4 of them now on little tripod things. So they're not as far forward as the 2 old ones, but they're brighter and they're also more. I can put them wherever I want. I could put 2 here and 2 there if I wanted to. So.
Yeah, it's made a difference. I noticed it earlier on when I did some filming. Now, just having them sort of shining down there does lighten everything up, stops too much shadow and that. So.
Oh yeah. Well, our screens look comparable now. Before yours was always dark and grainy.
Yeah, so it's.
That's the thing that people don't realise. Like when you add more lights, your picture doesn't just get brighter, but your quality improves. If you're because you've got like a 1080p camera, but you've got real low light, it's going to look like it's 240p because the chip in your camera can't get enough light. The more light you add, it can take in more data. It's got more data to play with, so it can do more higher resolution.
This is what I noticed with this 922 Logitech was as soon as I kicked them in, because I've been filming today for the E-models build I'm doing.
Yep.
And, even where I had the lighting on and I've been using my phone, it just it made it so much clearer. And
well, it's got more light going into the chip through the lens, so it can give you crisper, sharper, clearer, not just brighter, but crisper, because it's got more data.
Yeah, exactly.
If I turn like that off and that off, and that one, which I can't reach, it looks a bit darker. But if I had lots of angular things on screen here, you'd see this something looks a lot lower quality. There's more nonsense when my hands move. You can see my hands being, because there's less information. It's got less data.
Yeah.
So, more light.
It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, more light means more data for your camera at the end of the day.
No. I mean, that's mine just come on there, see?
Yeah. People often say, how do you improve your picture quality? Well, first of all, just use as many lights as you can.
Yeah, it really does make a difference.
Yeah. What are people in chat doing? Little dude on the front looks good, Colin, says Scale Model Ninja.
Little dude on the front.
Have you dioramed the Necron?
Yes, Ross, because it was Ross that sent me them.
Yep, the Necron.
There you go. Let's move.
I did tell him they were Necrons, so he now knows to go look for Necrons on the Games Workshop website.
Dun 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 dun.
Looks that was awesome.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, fabulous. I shall zoom in on Nim's little dude a little bit, and I'll have to change the focus again. It probably won't focus now though, because I'm far too close.
We haven't done bad tonight though, really. We've got some work done.
Wait, what? We've done what now?
We got some work done. Yeah, there you go.
I don't understand those words you just said.
I know, you go careful, mate.
I know, I didn't get any work done, did I?
Yeah, you've done all right.
Am I not well?
You have been off a little while, so you need to get back into your routine of skiving.
I don't skive. I merely utilise my time in a careful and considered manner.
Yeah, I mean the thing about that as well is it's the reasons behind the build as well. Just gives it a little poignancy, doesn't it?
What? Oh, you mean you're talking about this?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about whatever we were talking about. Yes.
No. I'm talking about yours, mate.
That's for you, Nim. There you go, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do love that.
Sister
Again, it's
Velveeta.
got that personal meaning, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Sister Velveeta Yeet of the Holy Order of the Holy Contrivance.
There you go.
I don't know where I got the name Velveeta Yeet from. Velveeta being a kind of cheese and yeet means to throw, but it just sounded like a proper Sister of Battle name.
Hey, mate, it works.
In fact, let's get rid of them glasses because that's a bit distracting.
Bless
Let's
her.
put something else under there. There you go. And also,
Dan Kramer sums it up. He says, I love the little sister Nim. Yeah.
Well, I thought it'd be nice because she's carrying the statue is a statue of a fallen martyr. So
Yeah.
there you go.
And Lynn Dipple sums it up. She would be proud.
Yeah. And I would say anybody else, we didn't do anything official in the Boom Hut, and I know you didn't do anything official in the Festas workshop group. But if you knew Nim, why not just be nice, just make something, paint something in her honour.
Yeah,
she loves Sisters of Battle. She loved Dungeons and Dragons. If you've got a figure sitting around,
a lot of years, hadn't we? And she touched all our hearts in one way or another. She was always very personable and polite and nice and kind. And she, above all, was a lovely person as well as a very talented artist. And it knocked me for six, and I knew it would you. And I thought, well, I've got to let you know. That's why I sent you that message.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, we'll mention it in the e-models because people were on about it in the chat,
Yeah.
And,
although Ted was like, "Whose name? What?"
Yeah, bless him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. We've all felt it, haven't we?
Yeah, it's just been a bit jarring because it was sudden. I would say unexpected for most of us, not for all of us.
Yeah.
And because she was so young, and it was just like came from nowhere.
34. Yeah. Candy
And
Grime for Mongo's going to put an Easter egg tribute to Nim in an upcoming build.
Excellent. Because, like I
Lynn
say,
says,
I said in the Boom Hut, we're not doing anything official because I'm not here, but most of the time. But if you want to do a tribute build, just post a picture up. If you do anything, whatever you want to do. I know Luna Titanium Gunpla painted up some space wall. I painted up a dreadnought, I think.
Yeah.
As a little wave to Nim, and some other bits have gone in. A few people have said they're going to do something, so you don't have to. But if you'd like to, just make sure you put a picture up in our groups, just to say,
Absolutely. Hugh's asking me, that Citadel paint bottle holder of yours, is it for sale? What, that? PM me, mate, and I'll print you one. I've also got the Citadel ones as well, where the brush goes at the top there, at the back, but also...
Wait, what? Have you added stuff to that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, I don't remember the clips around the back.
Yeah, it's a brush holder, so it can hold your brushes, but also when you're painting,
It's a brush holder, so you can hold your brushes.
Yeah. It'll also hold them face down in the water and all, let them soak a bit, so...
Lovely. You do know that your brushes are the wrong way around there.
Yeah.
Bristles down, dear boy, bristles down.
Yeah, if it was in the water, it would be, mate. Picky. Captain
Always.
Picky.
Always.
Oh, I don't know. Poor uneducated Festa, mate.
Just thinking when you start using your at least Battletoad brushes, and that's not right, is it?
Yeah, well, they're a bit different than cheap, shitey Citadels, isn't they?
Oh yeah. They get the proper they go to bed with a little cover on them and a pillow.
They go to bed in this drawer of Broken Toad goodness.
Oh yeah. When you first opened your box of Broken Toad, did you take you half an hour to figure out how to get the box open?
No, it slides out from the side.
I was like, I can't. Oh,
Oh, you didn't? Oh, you wally.
No, I couldn't get it to slide out. It was a real tight fit, and I'm like, I don't want to break anything. I thought I was going to break something.
It's when you open the drawer. Did you tentatively just peek inside?
Yeah, it was like you open the little box, it's like, ah.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you, though, I mean, I can't. I know there's probably better brushes out there, but when I was painting this, for example, I did all the base colours with just standard Citadel brushes because it's just blocking in colours. It's hard. I don't want to use expensive brushes for that. And it looked like absolute ass magnets. There was blotchy lines. Nothing was. I was like, wow. And the thing is, you and I both know, when you're painting something, when you're just blocking in the colours, it looks like absolute garbage. It's only when you start doing the shades and the washes and they put all the detail in, then it starts to look good. And you have to fight the urge to give up because it looks like ass for the first bit. It looked terrible. And then I got the broken toe brushes out and started painting the fine stuff, and I'm like, oh, now we're cooking with gas.
Oh yeah.
Now Daddy is cooking with gas correctly, and it was like, yeah, that's much better.
Oh yeah, it does make a difference.
I'm trying to clean the lenses on my glasses, and they're just not cleaning.
I haven't used mine in anger yet. I've inspected them. But
I'm kind of keeping mine just for the fine work, just not for blocking in colours.
No, they're going to be for super fine detail.
Yeah, anything like where I've done the base colours, I've done some shading, and then it's from my highlights, my layers, my fine detail. That's when they're going to come out. Yeah, because I just love the fact. I'm going to turn one of my lights off. I love the fact they have that big fat reservoir behind the point.
Yes, yeah. No, I can imagine they'll be ideal for figure painting.
Oh yeah,
perfect for that.
Absolutely. Because I mean, this was a nightmare to paint because it's so small.
Yeah,
but
so for me, I am looking forward to using them for that reason. No, you've been off full screen a little while, mate.
No, I mean, that was an absolute ball ache to paint because it was so small and I couldn't see. And then I switched to the good brushes. I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It just made me realise it wasn't a lack of skill or anything. It was just purely the difference between good brushes and average brushes.
Yeah. He says just a bottle holder. Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll sort you one out. Candy Graham says brilliant mod. Would have thought 3D printers and CAD software would be available to the hobbyists. So happy that they are. Honestly, the amount of stuff now that I can incorporate into me builds just through being able to put them on the printer and print them is amazing, mate. You know, that base for the Valkyrie, that's off the 3D printer.
There's a comment there from Edward Leonard for you.
Just Festa things.
Festa's things.
Festa's things.
Yeah. Lynn Dipple says that.
Can you get Festa's fluids, but you can get Festa's things.
Festa's fluids, your mileage may vary. Lynn Dipple says that's actually starting to bring a tear to my eyes. She will be missed.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah. Yeah, it is one of those. There is that poignancy, isn't there? And it's, we lost a couple of people last year, and then obviously Nim gone this year. It's like, wow, I lost 3 of me mates last year in the hobby, and it was a horrible year.
Yeah.
So it's not great.
No.
Sorry.
When I set up the boom hut, I deliberately started. Sounds really weird. I set up a folder. I've got like a folder with all the boom hut banners. The artwork on the boom hut, the artwork at the top of the page. I've got a banner. I've got a page set up, a folder set up for all the banners that I create, so I can cycle them around. I might change them every few months. But I also, knowing it was something I probably have to do someday, I also set up a folder for banners of boomers that had actually passed.
Yeah.
Because the tradition I started was when if we lose a member, then I'll put a banner up for them for a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I set up a folder there. Obviously, we had someone pass a couple of years ago, but I did not think that Nim would be someone I'd be making a banner in there for ever. Anytime like this. So yeah, it's kind of
I've got a few in me end credits, and they're there posthumously now, and you look at it and you think, holy moly, it's just wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's especially when people are so young.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, it's just not on. Yeah.
Hey,
Bless
well.
her.
So anyway,
I must admit,
I wish she could see it, but I'm sure if she could, she'd probably be happy with that. I think. I like to think.
Of course
anyway.
she would, mate. Of course she
Yeah.
would. Bless her. I like to say, whenever you look at the figure now, you're going to remember her. So Nim lives on, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Edward Leonard says, I know you've been busy, but I would like your opinion on my Wazbomb blaster jet I finished. When you get a chance, check it out and leave a comment.
Yeah, I assume you put it in the boom hut somewhere.
I think it's in the Boomer. It's been on my group, and I think it's in the co-op as well, if I remember rightly.
I shall try and find it.
Yeah, he did a top job, mate. Nice job.
Is it the yellow one?
Yes.
Oh, the one that was on. Did you do it on your?
I did it on Sunday brunch, didn't I?
Oh yeah, no, it's mint.
Last week or the week before.
No, I've seen it. It is actually mint. It is actually awesome. It's a really good paint job. It has a real look of metalness under the paint.
Yeah.
It's hard to explain it, but it doesn't just look like a model that's been painted. It looks like there's metal under the paint. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of the way you've built the paint colour up, it has this look as if you were to scrape the paint off, there'd be actually metal under that. Not because of the chipping, but just because of the tone of the colours and the yellow. Just because of the I can't really put it into words. It's not.
It works.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. Yes, it's really good, Edward. It is awesome.
If mine turns out half as good as that, I'll be an happy bunny, mate. So yeah, you take it on the chin, mate.
Oh yeah.
He said, thanks and God bless.
Especially keeping in mind that yellow is an absolute pig of a colour to paint.
Oh, it is an absolute bind, isn't it? I mean,
that's why I painted mine red.
Yeah, though. Yeah, go for Bad Moon Orcs coal yellow. Yeah, that'll work.
See, the problem I've got is the one I did for Goblin Gaming, I painted red because it was the easiest colour scheme. I can do red. But the one I got for Tabletop Trauma Centre, because I've got another one in the cabinet there that I bought, a badly painted one for Tabletop Trauma Centre. And my habit is for Tabletop Trauma Centre to try to stick to whatever the original artist's design was, but just do it better.
Yeah.
But this one is literally been primed with Zandri dust, and that's it.
Oh.
So it's like, I'm going to have to paint it yellow, aren't I? Because that's the nearest thing to...
Yeah.
They've literally built it and primed it with Zandri dust and left it. I'm like, oh...
Bad Moon's it, you want to.
Yeah, but the only thing is, of course, they've put the cockpit canopy on, so if there's a dude in there, I can't paint him, so I've got to paint the canopy.
Because you did say you wanted to do an orc vehicle, didn't you? So...
Oh, no, well, yeah, I did the one for Goblin, but then the one I've got for the Tabletop Trauma Centre, obviously, that's... The one I did for Goblin is patron only, so...
Yeah, I love that. Brilliant build.
The one I've got for Tabletop Trauma Centre will be videos for everybody. So, but yeah, it's like I've got to paint the canopy because they've glued it on with it. So unless they've super glued it, I can ping it off. I've got no way to get into the cockpit, so I can't paint it. So I have to just paint the canopy black.
You've got to be some kind of a chud, haven't you? Really?
Yeah, literally. For all I know, they've not even built the cockpit. They've just put the canopy on. Wouldn't surprise me.
All my canopies go on with canopy glue. That's it.
Well, the thing is,
you can pop them off then.
When I say they primed it with Zandri dust, I mean they primed everything, including the canopy. it's just Zandri dust, and that's it. I don't even know if there's a cockpit in there. So.
Yeah. Well, this is what some people used to do, wouldn't it? Would paint the canopy because they just couldn't be bothered to build the cockpit.
Well, the thing is, there is a big thing for people doing Warhammer stuff to actually, like the Valkyrie, just to paint the canopy and go to all the trouble of painting all like shading and lighting and like almost like a horizon. Like you get chrome effects with the horizon effect on chrome, but they do the same thing with blues and greys to suggest like a. Yeah. And it's like, why do you just not paint the canopy and actually do the cockpit because you see, I've seen these models and they're like, I've seen Valkyries where they're beautifully painted. I mean, really good paint jobs, but they paint the canopy, and I'm like, you can clearly paint. You clearly got some painting skills. Why did you not just paint the cockpit and not paint the canopy? It looks dumb.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? I can't get my head around some of it, but I mean, I'm all right because for me, I'm new to all of this, and I can just go with what my imagination says because I'm not playing the game. But I mean, when you said mangler squigs on the base would work, I didn't have a clue what mangler squigs were. But as soon as I saw them, I'm like, yeah, that will work.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've wandered around the websites enough now that you can go through and say, I'll have that. That'll work with it. You've got a bit of an idea now.
Yeah, it's kind of. I was doing this when I was looking at the Stomper.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I can incorporate that. I can incorporate this. Oh, I can add that. I might add this. And it's like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to do a straight out of box Warhammer build.
Oh, God, no. You're not going to do that.
I can't now, not after I've done the Baneblade and started this one. I've still got to do the Wasbomb.
I mean, I would say with the Stomper, what you could do is go to Forge World and look at some of the stuff they have for Stompers, but don't actually buy them, and just use that for ideas, because they've got alternative arms and heads and stuff that you can buy from Forge World, and just see, get some ideas from them and be like, I could build that out of this, that, and the other. And, ooh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, there's going to be some modifications of the Stomper.
Good.
The saw's coming out.
I'll just build mine out of the box, because you know what I'm like.
Yeah, Dad's probably already got his built and lit. So.
Oh yeah, Dad's got like 6 of them in a row now.
But yeah, people that paint will come out.
But yeah, I never got the people that paint the canopies when they've got the skills to paint the. Clearly, when they've got skills to paint the rest of the vehicle, why would you paint the canopy? I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, you see, don't get me wrong, it's each to their own at the end of the day, but it does seem a waste, doesn't it? Because
it's like why? Because it never looks good. It's always like this stupid like black to a blue horizon to white sky. It's like it always looks just dumb anyway.
Yeah,
it's like either just paint it black like a filming miniature. Which is, lazy, but it works. Like, look at the original Colonial Vipers for the original Battlestar Galactica TV series.
Yeah.
They just had black canopies. They just painted it black. And all the shuttles and things in Star Trek Next Generation, if you look at the filming models, they've just got black sticker on
windows. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's how they did it. So, if this has got a painted cockpit inside, it's got a cockpit inside it, and I can't paint it, I'm just going to do the canopy black. Because...
Yeah, it's a shame, innit, that you can't. Have you not got no acetate, clear acetate?
Well, I wouldn't be able to make a canopy.
Oh, really?
I have no practical skills of such things. I might have some spare canopy parts though from the Dackerjet that I built. If I can get the canopy off without making too much of a mess, then that might be an option. But I don't know what's in there. I've not stripped it yet, so there might be nothing in there. There might be no cockpit at all.
Am I right in thinking that I didn't use the canopy on my Dackerjet?
It's multi-part. You can either do the front canopy or a complete cover canopy, or
like if it comes to it and they're spare, I'll chuck them in a bag and post them up here.
Well, no, I've got the spares from my Dackerjet kit. But it's more just a case of if they've glued them on with crappy Citadel glue. Yeah, I won't be getting them clear parts off anytime soon. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens when I get the paint, when I get the primer stripped off. I might figure it out. You never know.
I have faith in you.
I don't. do. I'm a painter, not a builder. I don't.
Oh well, I suppose being that people are disappearing, we might as well wrap up for the night.
Yep.
William Rayburn says, "Night, guys. Thanks for the streaming. Good to see you tonight, Fox."
Thank
and he'll see everyone tomorrow.
Yep.
And says, "Thanks for a great show. Take care. Till next time."
Yep. If not before, I will be back next Friday, hopefully.
Absolutely. Lynn says, "Tell Mama Fox hi and feel better soon." I think that's all our sentiments there, Lynn.
Oh, thank you, Lynn. I did pass on everyone's love when I saw her earlier on. So
yeah, small whiskey coffee for bed. Happy days. William Rayburn says behaving takes all the fun out of life. Absolutely. Edward Leonard says you're doing fine so far. Yeah.
Morning.
Apparently I've got some great Voltron Stomper ideas. Yes. I was going to try and incorporate the Wasbomb blaster jet as some kind of rocket backpack on the Stomper, but yeah.
That would work.
Edward Leonard says just be you. See, this is how my brain's been in your absence, mate.
Nah. See, I know what Voltron is, but I've never watched any of the episodes.
Hugh Gordon says might pop up on the 24/7 tomorrow, and you can all see my ugly mug, nighty night. Yeah, you're always welcome, you mate. Always welcome, bud. Jeff says thanks for the live stream. No worries, Candygram.
Candygram from Mongo.
Paul D. Tommaso says night all. Take care, folks, and see you next time.
Paul, I really apologise for the Weeby stream. It was a test, and nobody liked it. So, because Paul came in the chat and was like, "This is shit. I'm going somewhere else."
Oh, bless.
I'm like, wow, Paul. Yeah.
Dan Kramer says night, everyone.
Yep. Cheers, now, Dan.
All right, mate. Yeah, go on.
I was just saying good night to them.
Yeah. Edward Leonard says, you and Mama Fox, be good and healthy, and love you all night long.
Oh, God, do I have to be healthy? Oh, dear Lord.
No, it's been brilliant, mate. It's been nice to hear you laugh, giggle, and goof around because, yeah, on a personal note, you've been through the mill recently, mate. I won't go into details because, but
tough times all around. Let's just leave it.
Yeah, you've had tough times, and if we can help bring a little bit of laughter to your day, mate, then I'm happy. My job's done, mate.
Well, the beauty of it is I'm such an idiot. I'm so easily distracted that it doesn't take a lot of effort, really. Yeah, can I just point out that Candygram from Mongo says the most important comment of the entire night, which is, of course, I like Uncle Weevy.
Yes.
Candygram is clearly a man of wit and sagacity and excellent taste.
Dan Kramer says, you do Uncle Weevy if it makes you smile.
Yeah, it makes me smile, but then everybody else is like, no! I'd have no channel left by the time I got to the end of it.
Still content, mate. If I can stream fish.
Yeah, but content's great unless it makes all your subscribers cancel.
I wouldn't mind, but my fish had more viewers than the Sunday brunch the week I put them up. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I could do Uncle Weevy again, but I quite like having patrons.
Yeah. Oh, you got that kind of response. Oh.
No, I didn't. But it's just like, I'm like, it wasn't the best response. I don't want to put anything in jeopardy.
We do this sometimes, though, don't we? We sit there and think, I know what would be a good idea for me channel. And you do it, and it's like, yeah.
See, what I should do is really just set up a new YouTube channel and buy a shit cheap PC that can stream constant Uncle Weevy 24/7.
Oh, no, that would be a laugh.
That'll be just a live and constant Uncle Weevy. The difficulties with Uncle Weevy, I couldn't have my speakers turned on because I'd be listening to it. I'm not doing that. But of course, with Uncle Weevy, if you click on it anywhere, it just kills it and ends it. He says goodbye and ends. So I had to be able to click on the streaming software on a different monitor to do stuff, but not click on Uncle Weevy to make him go away because that wouldn't work. So. Yeah.
I was asked earlier, are you going to do your fish tank cam tonight? And I went, I use the same camera when I'm at the bench. This one. So, the fish will be back tomorrow, folks.
The fish will return. Yeah, that's his mistake.
So, I'd like to say thanks to everyone for watching.
I would like to as well. Don't forget, of course, there's more to come from you.
There is, because I am doing the Warhammer Sunday, the Sunday brunch, and the in-between show with Mike on Sunday. That's it, if there's a Sunday in-between show, because Mike did say he was out for the day. So
yeah. What are you going to do on the Warhammer Sunday then? You can't do it on your own.
Yeah, I'll do it on my own if need be.
You could drag Simon in. He might hang around with you. He might co-host with you.
I mean, that's a thought. I hadn't thought of that. I'll chat with him in the 24/7 if he wants to come in.
Yeah.
But,
or Ted. You could have Ted on.
Cool, yeah. Could you imagine the carnage we'd cause then? Ted's like, do I get buttons?
No. Do you have to make a Warhammer? Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't got a Warhammer to make, though.
And Ted's just gone. Come back, Ted, please.
I hate to tell you, but in perfect timing, Miguel's just come in.
Oh, bless you, Miguel. Oh, bless.
I just said Miguel. I do apologise. I don't know why I said Miguel. I don't know why I just said that.
Sunday says Candygram from Mungo. Sunday, all Festa all day. Yay. Yeah. I mean, hopefully Fox don't lose too many subscribers to his channel for me being on there, but I'm on there with him anyway. So
yeah. Well, it's like I said, it's a partnership now. It's not just my show that also has Festa on it. It's our show. So
we're just so British, though, aren't we? That the pair of us didn't give us a fault, did it? And it's like, I will ask him. And then a week went by, and then another one. Hey, Fox, what?
You want to do a Sunday show? And I'm like, shit, yeah, I'd have thought.
Yeah, yeah. And we're like, duh.
Duh.
So, yeah, I'll send Si a message tomorrow, see if he's about. And if he's about, he's more than welcome.
Yeah.
So, I don't honestly know what I'll do. I might do a bit on the WASBomb.
You could do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you do end up doing it on your own, you've done streams on your own before.
Oh, yeah.
They're a good crowd. They're all right. They're gentle.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, no worries. I'll do it. But, yeah, it's good content at the end of the day, mate. Why not?
Exactly. So Reynolds might pop in.
Yeah.
Might be able to get him to come along with you. Or anybody else, really.
Yeah,
you do what you want, because it's equally your show now, so you can do whatever. You could have I don't know, Penge Working Men's Pit Band on with you.
Yeah, I mean, just think of the chaos and carnage me and Si can cause on your channel on Sunday, mate.
Yeah, you could co-host with Uncle Weavy.
Yeah.
There's always a need for spaghetti and soup.
Angus Allett even has said, we get a weavy fish. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, cool beans. So, yeah, I'll see you Sunday during the day. And Fox will be back next week for another frolic, won't you, mate?
Hopefully, all being well, yeah.
Yeah, all being well with Mum.
Committing to live streams is pretty much impossible right now, apart from this, basically.
Yeah, but, you know, the offer's there, you know it is, but obviously, you know, things aren't going great. Yeah, Mum comes first, mate.
Yes. So yeah, basically daytime live streams, it's not going to happen, not for a while. But
yeah,
this one after hours, Mama Fox has gone to bed.
This is it. You know, Mum's out for the count, bless her, and it just lets you relax.
Yeah, I can switch off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, mate. So.
Yep. Take care to everyone. Thank you everyone for all
your game, mate. And you know where we are when you need us, dude.
Yep, and thank you to everyone who's sent me good wishes and GoFundMe and everybody who's just supported me in the last few weeks. I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely.
It's warmed the the cockles of my heart. Nearly.
So we'll catch up with you soon, folks. Bye-bye for now.
Take care, all.
Bye.
Huge fingers.